Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today. We are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. But if you would like to get on the list for a personal reading, the list, as always, is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first reading giveaway is going to be a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. So make sure that you are tapping that screen. We will get to 50K in no time. The other giveaway we are doing today is going to be a reading giveaway for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. So wishing you guys a lot of support if you are participating in that giveaway as well. Before we get started on today's daily collective read, I will be giving a brief recap on what we've been seeing in the cards over the last few days. If you would like to catch that full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my stack. But before we get started, first and foremost, most important question: how are you doing today? Scale of 1 to 10. There are no wrong answers, especially as we're navigating through this, the confluence of retrogrades. The confluence of retrogrades is what I've been calling it. We've got a lot of planets in retrograde, and it can do a number on our sense of time. It can do a number on our feelings of the work that we're doing internally. It can feel like it can feel like it's hard to move things forward right now. Some things to kind of keep in mind as we're navigating energy like this. I wish I could tell you that this is going to go away soon. The thing about this is we kind of like these retrogrades all piled up on each other. They didn't just come into being at one point. They're going to take as long to come out of retrograde as they did to go into it. But some of the things to pay attention to, if you're feeling a lot of this energetic intensity and relationality to this eclipse cycle, I mean, this retrograde, I keep on doing that because we just came out of the eclipse cycle, and coming through this retrograde cycle, working through the sense of temperamentality, because I'll tell you right now, a lot of these planets and planetary bodies that are retrograding in Aries can make us feel very frustrated, potentially in relationality to the time that things take. But there's something also that's potentially very transformative about that, because I keep on seeing like this whole year has been like working us through a lot of the same lessons that we see that those with Aries placements have. That can do a number on our sense of patience, understanding that patience is being productive while we wait for things to energetically occur, right? The ability to move towards manifestations isn't one of stagnancy. It's one of activation. It's being able to facilitate and do things in a way that allows one to get somewhere a little bit more expeditiously. Now, some of the things to pay attention to in relationality to this energy, and we're going to talk a little bit about this right now, is also the fact that we've got Mars in Scorpio. Now, why is it a little bit difficult when we've got so many planetary bodies that are effectively retrograding in Aries, and then we've got Mars in Scorpio? It can make us frustrated about things that feel weird, right? Things that don't make sense, working to get clarity upon things. So, and we're seeing this in a big way right now in relationality to all of the frequencies in terms of relationship. But we're going to start by talking about the energy that is in separation. Because what we're effectively seeing for the energy in separation right now is we saw a lot of fragmentation that was occurring right around the time that we saw a shift of those energetic lessons that were occurring for the energy in separation. And that was at the time right before the eclipse cycle occurred that we just came out of, when Uranus stationed retrograde, right before it. Now, prior to that time, the relationships were going through temperance partnerships. They were understanding and recognizing the work of mutual effort that allows one to be able to move with, I keep wondering, like move with a lot of energetic balance. These are very, very fortified partnerships that we see that were coming together during that time. These moon relationships that are starting to come together right now, a lot more slow, a lot more delicate, One of the things that we're potentially seeing, and it's not the fact that I don't see restoration that is effectively occurring in some of these spaces, but this is a continuation of what we saw that was occurring moving out of the temperance relationships. And what was interesting was when we were going through those temperance lessons, we were navigating the differentiation between what time can and cannot heal. Now, what can time heal? Time can heal situations and circumstances wherein we recognize and identify that we bring an overproportionality of emotion to something that is not necessarily important. Further, effectively, even in the space by which we see that Mars is in Scorpio, I would not be surprised if the energy of restoration that is occurring in these vibrations is being articulated by a true apology, where someone isn't just giving another person a point of conciliation about something that occurred, but they're going through the pathwork of truly speaking about how much they have changed. And that ability to almost articulate upon the history, I keep on hearing these are cathartic apologies, right? They're speaking about the formation of the self that has shaped the framework of how much they themselves have been reformed, right? We had that what's coming through heavy in yesterday's cards, which you could see on yesterday's stack. And we also had something pretty incredible happen at the end of that reading because we had an array of cards come out instead of simply the pinnacle. Now, for a lot of that energy, that observation, that ability to effectively define and work towards that understanding of self. This is what I meant by their potentially. I keep on hearing this could be a lot of energy, even potentially moving into friendship or the ability of feeling like there's something there that feels like it is so energetically restorative because and this is what we see when it comes towards when it really comes towards like the space of apology. It's not just the energy that is articulating that they feel sorry that another person is in pain, but the fact that they have effectively changed, right? We saw that coming through yesterday, and the fact that we kept on hearing the repetition of um, refrain and reframe, refrain and reframe. Now, what we're effectively seeing, what cannot be healed, right, are situations and circumstances wherein we feel energetically triggered, where a standard is in play. And that's the thing about it. Our job is not to get rid of every trigger. We need triggers. Triggers are important because they protect the things we energetically care about. So this is why we see that if this is a modality or a moment where energy had fallen into separation in months prior, maybe even during another eclipse cycle, due to an argumentation point that occurred in relationality to a manifestation goal, right? That ability of effectively identifying and recognizing the pathwork of going forward and feeling that volatility moment and another person articulating their emotions in relationality to a manifestation that wasn't moving in accordance with what was articulated, then we effectively see that what may be occurring in those modalities here is if this is energy that moved away from someone, right? Moved away from someone because they were seeing them being emotional about a manifestation goal not coming into fruition and articulated that as emotional instead of fundamental. Well, if energy is coming back during this retrograde time, they're potentially identifying to, like, again, the difference between the apologies that we see that are occurring versus energy effectively checking to see if someone is still emotional, right? Almost seeing if someone has calmed down. But the thing is, we don't calm down when it comes to our manifestation goals, right? Calming down is giving up. So that's why we see that for a lot of those relationships, there could be modalities or moments right now that I'm articulating as sealed separations, which is not the energy that was in separation waiting for another to change, but maintaining the hope or the possibility that one could. And that modality or experience of effectively having someone come back during this retrograde cycle, and it's like the bittersweetness of them coming back, like Mars and Scorpio, right? The relief of someone energetically coming back, but not bringing with them what you would anticipate would be needed or necessary in order to energetically heal something. This is a lot of energy that is making peace, as it were, with the fact that they're experiencing that, and they're allowing the space of understanding the difference of standards that is fortifying their own direction towards their manifestation goals. Now, this brings us to these relationships that are coming together during this time. These moon relationships have been hurt. They're working through the pain of understanding that sometimes we don't get hurt by another person's intention, but a lack of self-understanding. This is why we do our shadow work. Because when we don't do our shadow work effectively, we articulate that we want things that we have no ability of bringing into fruition, right? That's what we mean when we say talking the talk and walking the walk. You speak about where it is you want to go, and then you move towards it. So that ability of doing so, right? That ability of being able to effectively articulate upon something, that ability of effectively being able to work through that. What's happening for some of these energies in separation, and we just talked about the space by which this is occurring. There could be these modalities where they're experiencing the anxiety or the frustration of understanding that often the blocker towards a manifestation goal isn't the space that we're trying to deceive another, but that we're energetically deceiving ourselves, right? One can't say, right? For instance, one can't say that one wants healthy partnership and then be upset when someone comes towards them with a lot of attention, right? Like healthy partnership is healthy mutual obsession. You can't ask for the fact that you want something that feels like it's stable and then get upset when energy is trying to center relationship, because these are the things that are necessary in order to maintain a healthy partnership. So that's why we keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, they're healing from relationships where another person wasn't doing the self work. And so this is why there's this modality of these new relationships coming through, and they're feeling each other out. They're tender buttons. They're talking. They're not just talking to each other about what it is that they aspire for, but I keep on hearing they're doing the auric work of being able to recognize or identify or look at the shape of the energy surrounding someone to see if what that they're articulating matches what it is that they're creating around themselves, right? It's like the it's like energetic maintenance, if you will. Now this brings us to the energy that is moving deeper into divine union. And what are we effectively seeing for a lot of these relationships that are moving deeper into divine union right now? We articulated that these were those temperance relationships that were coming together between the time of Mercury, between the time of Uranus stationing retrograde up until the time of the solstice period that we had earlier this summer. These relationships are being built on mutual effort. These are relationships where they do there's a lot of balance in those spaces, understanding and recognizing what is the work that one is doing inside the self versus what needs to be done outside. A lot of proportioning. These are very proportional relationships. This is what I keep on getting. Very good at energetically balancing. They're going currently through a solar plexus awakening. And the reason we keep on seeing that they're going through a solar plexus opening is they're broadening a conversation on something that they alighted to prior to building into heavy connection. And what we keep on seeing, and this is again Mars and Scorpio, this is not energy that was, and we're going to see this a lot with Uranus and Gemini, this was not energy that was trying to effectively not articulate something to counterpart. But I keep on seeing that it's a conversation that when we are working towards new relationship, we don't want to effectively center the trauma that we've experienced because it affects another's perception of us. I keep on hearing for a lot of these relationships, the feeling that there was effectively a season, as it were, by which they were working to work through trauma and then having the modality of putting it away. I almost feel like this is the energy that's coming into that space of being able to unpack something, being able to speak upon something further, being able to put that force of intention, as it were, in relationality to some of the work that we see that they're doing. And it's hard because I almost see the vibration of the energy, like feeling the impact of the full explanation of something that happened to someone that they cared about. It's painful, it's heavy, it's emotional. But again, this is what we see with these temperance relationships. They're doing their best to like hold the weight of it, and at the same time, like again, they're doing the work so that the counterpart doesn't have to, right? There's a lot of that proportionality that we're seeing in those modalities. Now this brings us to the energy that is deep within divine union. These are those magician relationships that we're coming together. And for the purposes of our reading, we always read on the most recent energy that moved deep within divine union. That last cycle were the magician partnerships that were coming together from between the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. Now, for these relationships, the authenticity of self has allowed them to feel freer in partnership than they ever have felt before. Further, they may have been in a relationship before, but they've never centered in relationship like they are currently. And the fact and the recognizing and understanding that when we center partnership, it starts to change or affect the orbit outside of relationship. So for a lot of these relationships, they're going through and they're going through something that may feel very ironic and frustrating, because they may be experiencing, when they're going through a point of celebration, they're potentially seeing rumination in some areas outside of partnership, and potentially recognizing or identifying, potentially even remembering a time of a past version of self that felt like that in the same context, is making that, like that invisible wall, if you will, of impossibility between something that they see and they recognize that is occurring versus something that they do not feel an ability to change, right? Because they can't go in towards another and change how they feel about something. So this is why they're going through a maturation process, because they're understanding, and they're understanding that we can't touch Saturn's lessons, that sometimes when there's something that can only be healed in the space of time, you just have to kind of allow for the space by which another person can move through the energetic emotions that they may be feeling in order to maintain a healthy connection. We even see there that for some of these relationships, it may be feeling a lot like a Saturn return. Not surprised to see this, given the fact that Saturn just retrograded back into Pisces. But what they're effectively doing for one another as they do so is they're giving each other support in terms of being able to recognize and mutually agree that they see what is occurring. Now, that is the energy that we've experienced. That is all the energy that we've experienced prior to doing today's daily collective read. But let me know in the comments how this energy is impacting you personally. If you would like to find this full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my stack. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. But if you would like to get on the list for a reading today, the list, as always, is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Mylayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Welcome everybody joining us today. Hope you're having a beautiful start to your day. Whoop, hold on a minute. How are you doing today, Ellen? Good to see you. Thank you as well, Ralph. How are you doing, Oculus and Mother? Welcome, Cece. How are you doing, Jade and Ursa and Alicia? Welcome, KG and Moody. How are you doing, Farah and Brita and Sam and Thomas and Susan? Shad, welcome. Scorpio, welcome. How are you doing today, Spiritual Alba? Welcome, Deborah and Super and Harley RT. Welcome, Rachel and Jade and Lorraine. Soul, how are you doing? Juan, welcome. Chic, welcome. Deborah, welcome. How are you doing today? Welcome, Michelle. How are you doing, Carol and Bun? Isabel, good to see you. And thank you as well, Brittany. Hi there. I'd love a reading of, if you would feel inclined. Everything you're saying is exactly what I needed to hear. If you'd like to get on the list for today, the list, as always, is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Mylayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Good to see you today, Miss Bex. Hope you're having a good one. I'm in a timeline jump, completely different life compared to a year ago. Oh, sending you support on that journey, dear. Yes, because the connection you seek is just your soul wanting to nourish yourself and connect. That's a beautiful way of putting it. Oh, I appreciate them. I appreciate you letting them know they get an extra card if they're first on the list. Kay, so good to see you as well, dear. Hope you're having a beautiful start to your day. And welcome, Alexandra. Good Grand Rising Fifi. Blue Jeans, thank you for the follow. Yeah, some things can only be handed to Saturn, exactly. Kayla, thank you for the follow. And you're so welcome, Kay. Good to see you. How are you doing, Alexandra? I reflected on the one card we did, and honestly, it clocked me. Did it? Oh, that's fascinating. Thank you for confirmation. As I mentioned, friends, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. If you would like to get on the list for today, the list is open. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Good to see you, Fig. I'm sorry to keep on missing the one cards, but I will also stress I'm not going to be on as long as I typically would today, so we'll probably be getting to the one cards a bit earlier than we typically do. That said, if anybody wants to get on the list today, it's a great time to get on the list. You'll be the first person read for. Guys, please welcome our mod K-Meg in for today. I hope you're having a beautiful day. A couple of updates before we move into personal readings today. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who attended our recent class on the star card. Our next class will be held on Wednesday, October 15th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the moon card. I cannot wait. We are going to be studying the symbology of that card, the history of that card. We're going to go through spread applications. I'm going to show you how to read that card in any direction it may appear in your own readings. I'm also going to walk you guys through a special spread that will help you channel the messages of the moon card into your own readings. And all you need to do if you'd like to become a part of that tarot class program is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a paid subscriber, have access to over 9 hours, paid monthly subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive. Now, it's not necessary to catch up. I do my best to give you an update on everything we have studied prior to beginning that next class. But if you wanted to catch up, now is a great time to join because you've got a couple weeks, so you can take as many of those classes as you'd like. Also, you'll have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions that you may have in relation to anything we've learned and studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you get a discount on the full year's worth of classes, but you'll also have full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library class archive. That is access to over 19 hours worth of material in an ever-expanding library. You'll also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage, moving towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader, as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining you in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also be notified as to any new mystic meditation updates I do. I post those bi-monthly to let you know about what's going on energetically, particularly in relationality to moon cycles. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits. Also, for my students that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits. And also, I'm very happy to now offer dream interpretation readings, which can be purchased per dream or as a series. If you purchase a series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read. If you'd like to get on the list today, the list is open. You'll be the first person read for. The first person on the list will always have an additional card in their reading. I saw somebody talking about Yahshua. It's totally fine, my friend. We don't. I don't know why. I don't know why you feel that there's something about the tarot that has something to do with anything that Yahshua said. There's nothing that is different between their teachings and the things that we find in the tarot. In fact, one of the things I do here is I do a lot of work with my collective, especially with Tarot Church, in helping others understand and identify that a good relationship to tarot will not move you further away from a faith construct, but will bring you closer to it. I did see that my moderator muted you. I know that they make a lot of good determinations, so I wasn't able to catch the full thing that you were saying. But again, I'll always point this out. You're welcome to stay so long as you're nice, so long as you're not casting judgment on others. Same rules Yahshua had. Same rules. Okay. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I hope that you find here whatever you are seeking. How are you doing, JL? Thank you so much for the follow. Excellent. Good to see you, Fig. Grand Rising, Julia. Julia, do you want to get on the list for today? If you're on the hold list, please let me know sooner rather than later so I can add you back to the list. Excellent. I'm trying out different methods. What am I trying out different methods of? We're doing the one cards here. I know what you mean. We're doing one card today. Yes. How are you doing, Haley? I hope you're having a beautiful start to your day. Unfortunately, they had to be muted. I'm not sure what that. I'm not sure what that means, Ford. I'm not sure. Are you talking to a radio? All right, my friends, as I mentioned, we are going to get started on today's Daily Collective. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. For those interested in getting a personal reading, we do here Life Path, highest priority messages from Spirit, angelic guidance, past life, pet readings, dream interpretations, Akashic, animal spirit guide readings, and mind, body, spirit readings. Oh, so yeah, that is true. So Fig, completely. Thank you for asking. We have been trying different methods. Today we are going to be doing the one cards here at this live, but thank you for asking. Now for Friday, and I'm going to be posting the schedule over on the Disco. The way that we're probably going to work it is on Friday and Saturday. I will be coming on I will be doing sub fan only lives where I will specifically just be doing one cards for super fans. So if you want to have those one cards, make sure that your super fan subscription is updated, and I will be posting the times of those lives over on our Disco, our subscriber only Disco channel. I will be off on Sunday and returning back for full readings on Monday. So Friday tomorrow, full divine energy update. Saturday, sub fan only live for one cards. Friday, sub fan only live for one cards. Sorry, goldfish. Okay, let's try this again. Friday, full reading. Saturday, sub only. Sunday, we'll be having a break, and then we'll be back on Monday. I hope that clarifies. Okay, excellent. I'm glad to hear that yours is updated. Excellent. Oh, I'm so glad to see you here as well, Haley, and welcome, Susan. As I mentioned, friends, we are going to get started on today's Daily Collective Read. If you would like to get on the list, now is a lovely time to get on the list. The list is nice and short. I will also stress that I'm going to be keeping the list very short today. So if you are desiring to have a full reading today, I would strongly encourage that you get on the list sooner rather than later to make sure that you're secured a spot on the list. Also, if you are on the hold list and would like to be added back to the list, please let me know now so I can add you as well. How are you doing, LS? Good to see you. Erica, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Grand Rising Phoenix, buon compleanno. Oh, fun. A 6-hour drive. Oh, good. Please. I hope it goes expeditiously and safely. Yes, the schedule will be on the Disco, Fig. I'll be posting that after this live. Excellent. All right, as I mentioned, friends, we are going to get started on today's Daily Collective Read. If you would like to get on the list is open. First person on the list each day will always have an additional card in their reading. But before we begin, why don't we warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check? I've got our animal spirit guide cards here. I'm going to pull out one. We're going to count back from 10. You guys have been doing great with these, by the way. I got to tell you, I've been very impressed the last couple of days. You guys were complaining about it, but I even see like, well, it's been doing great. All right, I'm going to count back from 10. When I get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the South. Thank you guys so much for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. Julia, you can positively get on the list for the 50K you won yesterday. I'll be adding you back now. You will be the first person read for. If anybody else would care to get on the list right now, you will be the second person read for. Great time to get on the list. List is nice and short. Absolutely. All right. That said, friends, if you guys could also do me a favor and share this live, I would appreciate it. Make sure anyone who would like to catch this reading live is here to receive it. Also, please remember we've got 2 giveaways that we're doing today. Our first reading giveaway is going to be a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. We are already at 3K likes. So thank you guys so much. Also, when you tap the screen, it encourages this live to be pushed out to those who haven't received it before. We are also doing a giveaway today for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the Daily Collective Read. Currently in the highest place for that is Alexandra. So good luck, Alexandra, and wish you guys luck if you're participating in that as well. That said, no better time than the present. Why don't we get started? Welcome, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please have the first 2 cards in our 5-card spread? We've got here the 7 of Cups in its upright with the 9 of Swords in its upright. We got to talk a little. We're going to keep on talking a little bit right now in relationality to the duration of this retrograde cycle. It is frustrating because it is so long. Typically, when we're going through a retrograde cycle, it's not uncharacteristic to have potentially 1 planet in retrograde, maybe a 2. But the fact that we have so many, and the fact that they did not all go into retrograde at the same time, we're basically going through this retrograde season. It makes everything feel more difficult. It makes everything feel like it's much harder to move things forward. One of the things that we talked about a lot when we were going through Virgo season was making sure that one was not over internalizing upon something, right? The ability to effectively just the ability to effectively feel energetically grounded in the space by which one is able to identify and recognize one's own sense of effective, of energetic, like what feels energetically stable to the self. Now, one of the hard things that we effectively identify and recognize that can often, and I want to stress this right now, because this is really important. One of the things that we're potentially seeing that's happening right now, energetically, okay, is the fact, and I'm just going to walk you guys through this, okay? The thing that we have to be really conscientious and careful about right now is the fact that we've got Eris and Chiron that are potentially they're basically on top of each other. And they're in retrograde on top of each other. We've also got the fact that Scorpio, that Mars is currently in Scorpio. So one of the things I want you to be very conscientious about right now is the modality or the experience. And it's a conversation that we saw that was coming through in the readings over the last few days. What is the problem with trauma? Trauma puts triggers in weird places. Trauma puts triggers in weird places. And when we're doing our work effectively, we are working to clear the traumas that are in the weird places that the triggers that are in the weird places that the trauma put them. And this is more to do with the fact that we also see that Uranus is in Gemini, because the thing about it is, and this is what we like, this is exactly the type of work that we would expect when we see Uranus and Gemini. It's not that simple. Okay. So, and this is understanding the nuance of placement, right? Because at the same time, it's not about removing all of one's triggers, right? You need those things. Triggers are important. Triggers help us protect our energetic standards, right? So, what we're effectively seeing that's happening right now, and this is what we mean, right? This is what we talk about. Like, this is what shadow work is all about, right? It's going through the self to identify where triggers are, to understand if the trigger is in a weird place because of trauma, in which case we work to remove it, right? Or if it's the modality or the experience of a trigger that's in a space because it's energetically important that it be there. It's holding to an energetic standard. Now, this is the type of work that we're seeing that's happening right now with the retrograde. I would not even be surprised right now if there's a lot of that energy, like a lot of the energy doing that work is either like it's working through, right, the space by which we feel the right to be upset about things, right? And this is what we mean. This is also what we mean in relationality to the proportionality of emotion that we energetically bring to things, right? The space by which we understand the right to be upset is the space by which we understand ourselves to be able to articulate what it is that energetically bothers us, right? It allows us the ability to effectively do something better. It allows us the ability to effectively conversate upon it. And so that's why we see that for a lot of the energy doing that work, and this is why I see a lot of this fragmentation that is potentially happening right now in separation, because whenever we move into a new energetic cycle of partnership, it's not uncharacteristic to see a lot of fragmentation, because it's the observation of working through an energetic lesson in terms of how it applies to a situation, right? There's no one size fits all approach to things. Now, that's why I'm going to move you guys through it again. And that's why we had so many, right? We had an array. I tried to end the reading yesterday on a pinnacle, and instead we got an array. Okay. Which is fine, but we need to talk about it because, and I'm going to say again, it's working through the observation of these energetic lessons. Now, what is the observation of these energetic lessons? The space or the difference, right? Between, and I keep on hearing it, like this has been coming through. It's all about the understanding of what it actually means to honor feelings. Okay, honoring feelings. Not all two feelings are alike. There are feelings that you have that are absurd to have. Okay, and often why? Because trauma builds triggers in weird places, right? We do the work to understand our trauma so that not only do we feel things, but we make sure that the things we feel aren't weird and causing more trauma, right? Like that's what effectively happens. And so this is also why I potentially see that for the energy in separation, I'm just going to work through the different tiers that I see right now in separation, because we got to spend a lot of time here because it's gotten very complicated ever since this energetic shift. So the three effective tiers that we're seeing in separation right now, and there's a lot of catharsis and there's a lot of energetic contemplation. There are some pathworks and patches of restoration that I see that are potentially happening right now in separation, and they are articulated upon true apologies. And what's beautiful about a true apology is these are apologies where it's not even the space by which another person is apologizing for the self now. They're apologizing for the self then. I kept on hearing refraining and reframing. These are the relationships and the energies that are observing and amplifying upon how much they have changed in the context of something that occurred versus who they are today, right? Like that is almost like I told you, Mars, like that's Mars and Scorpio, right? This is almost the energy that is almost trying to communicate to another person. They're not even just apologizing in the space by which they're apologizing. They're literally trying to articulate to another how much they have changed. And that's what's beautiful about it, because I keep on seeing they're not doing so in the space of trying to fix something. They're not doing so in the space of feeling like they're trying to change for the sake of something. They're telling another person because they feel they deserve to know that they're like, that's how far somebody's gone on their healing process right now. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of these relationships, this could be a time, and I keep on hearing there could be some deep friendships that are forming here, because it is the space by which another person is articulating. I keep on hearing articulating the meaning of something by being able to amplify how much it meant to them, by how much it was changed by it. So there's something I keep on hearing. There's a lot of catharsis there, even though there's not potentially a lot of like activation. They're almost giving things to each other to help each other on their healing journeys. Now, there's also we also see that for some of this energy right now, I keep on hearing sealed separations that are occurring during this retrograde process. And why are we identifying sealed separation? Because we're identifying sealed separation specifically and particularly because what we're effectively seeing that is occurring is it's not the energy that was waiting for someone to heal, right? That there's it's not the energy that was effectively waiting for someone to change, but there was energetic hope that that could be the case effectively. And so what we're effectively identifying with a lot of those situations or circumstances is, again, the difference between, right? And this is what we talk about with trauma puts triggers in weird places. The difference between a misunderstanding, right? The misunderstanding, the moment where another person is feeling triggered for good reason, right? The trigger that they feel is in a very stable space versus another person that sees someone who feels like their trigger is in a weird place. So in the moment that they identify that that's occurring is the difference between someone coming back in order to try to restore something, to address the energetic trigger, to be able to have a progressive conversation upon a manifestation goal versus another person that comes back to someone and says, "Are you done being weird yet? Are you done being weird yet?" Which is almost worse because it's a space by which they're not looking at the manifestation, the holding on to the manifestation goal as something that is supportive, but they're trying to articulate to another that it's energetically weird to hold an energetic standard. And that's what I meant about the sealed separation, because the observation of that occurring, of someone not effectively acknowledging, right, the respective space by which it is to hold the manifestation goal and the standard by which you hold it, but almost not being able to understand why it's so energetically important. This is why we effectively see that there's a sealed separation moment that's effectively occurring here, because it's the energy that's healing from trauma in the space by which they're able to recognize and identify the differentiation point or the characterization point of another person that does not hold the same standards as them. And one of the things we keep on seeing is about working through the space that in healthy partnership, it is important to make sure that one maintains the same energetic standards. Now, this brings us to the new relationships. And this is why there's so much trepidation that we're potentially seeing in a lot of these new relationships that are forming, because this is the energy that is working through recovering from experiences in the past, observing the understanding that it's not enough to just articulate that you have a manifestation goal. You also need to move in accordance to it. This is why we often have those modalities or moments where someone's like, why is this always happening to me? Like, why is this always happening? Instead of saying, like, having the observation of saying, what is it that I need to change? What needs to be changed or brought forth within the self in order to allow something to move with more alacrity? And so what we effectively see that's happening in a lot of these relationships is these are the relationships that are almost going through the auric work of understanding one another, not just listening to what they articulate upon what it is that they're trying to create in terms of a manifestation goal, but also doing that important work, as it were, to ascertain and recognize what the effective, like, if the energy is moving in concordance to the manifestation goal that they articulate that they would aspire to see in their energetic reality. It's the space, like again, it's more of the continuation point of the fact that you can't say that you're looking for healthy partnership and then get upset that someone's giving one attention and saying that they were being too energetically needy. You can't articulate the fact that you're looking for an energetic relationship that supports you, but then saying that you're not able to make any of the energetic bandwidth to effectively center that relationship. So this is why we keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy right now, it's working on, right? It's working on not, I keep on hearing like whether they're like whether there's whether there is that energetic force of intention. And I keep on seeing it's tender. It's tender stuff because even in the space by, and here's the hard part about it. I see the energy being careful, but also feeling the anxiety. I keep on hearing feeling like working through. I keep on hearing working through the difference between careful and energetically disinterested is what I keep on seeing. Like there's a lot of that difficulty there is what we're almost like observing. And that's often what we mean too in relationality to like that's what I keep on seeing too in relationality to Scorpio in Mars, which is like I keep on seeing like it's almost like the energy that is building into the space of having more confidence with one another. If that makes sense. Center card for today's spread is we have here the Ace of Swords in its upright. Now this is interesting. This Ace of Swords in its upright, center of the spread. Ace of Swords in its upright, center of the spread. It's talking a lot. It's talking a lot about working through this. I need to describe this. Like working through this type of energy, it can bring a lot of sensitivity up, as it were. It can bring a lot of, I keep on hearing, it can bring a lot of sensitivity up. And so what we're effectively identifying in relationality to a lot of the work that we're effectively seeing right now is, and I keep on hearing, and I need to describe this because this is continuing forward in the conversation that we were seeing over the last few days between dispassionate and compassionate. Now, what were we articulating in relationality to dispassionate and compassionate? Doing anything you want to do is not the space by which one is honoring the feelings. Honoring the feelings is effectively being able to to move one's force of intention towards the things that one has emotionality about. And so what we effectively see that's occurring in a lot of those modalities or in a lot of these spaces right now has to do with the difference between, I keep on hearing, the fickleness, like working through the fickleness of changing emotions. And often I keep on hearing someone will be too fickle in things and they will articulate the fact that they're on some kind of beautiful I keep on hearing someone will be really fickle and then they'll try to articulate that they're on some kind of like, you can't be fickle and then say you're on a mystical quest to follow your feelings, is what I keep on hearing. The fickleness, I keep on hearing, that is you just indulging. That's just you indulging your feelings, is what I keep on hearing. Right? Like the space by which we feel the energetic feelings, the space by which the space, I keep on hearing, the space by which we work to understand, to introspect upon the feelings, right? I keep on hearing the following, I keep on hearing the following of the feelings that leads to evidence is what I keep on hearing. Is the difference, is I keep on hearing, is the difference between intuition and indulgence. It's the difference between intuition and indulgence. And there are often those who try to say that their indulgence is intuitive. And there are those and I keep on hearing like this is the clarification point in terms of whether it is or not. right? It's the difference that effectively articulates upon the understanding and the recognition of what we're putting our force of attention towards. So that's what we effectively kind of see that's happening right now. And a lot of that, I keep wondering, like, a lot of that space, and this is why we have to be really conscientious about this. And this is why we even talk about this here. Like the space by which we follow, the space by which we follow healthy intuition is the space by which it allows us to inform something that we already know, right? It's something that effectively builds upon itself. But the space by which, like the space by which we work towards the doing of something only because it effectively feels good, that is something that feels more like an indulgence point. And so, like, there's something very important that we see that is coming through a lot of the work that's happening right now. And the reason I keep on seeing this, and this is going to bring us to those temperance relationships, you'll remember how I talked about the fact that for a lot of these temperance relationships, the temperance relationships are articulating to each other more about something that they experienced or went through that was very difficult, right? They're unpacking something that was very hard to talk about. And I feel like the reason we're hearing all of this right now is due to the fact that the temperance relationships, the the trauma, the trauma builds triggers in weird places is effectively what we are seeing in relationality to, in relationality to what the affected energy is articulating to one another occurred to them, which is potentially being in I keep on hearing being in relationship that was too sporadic or erratic is what I keep on hearing. And this is why sporadic and erratic can create energetic trauma, because it's working towards, right? I keep on hearing the space by which we build healthy partnership is the space by which we hold to a fixed manifestation point. Things can change and things can adapt within the context of the manifestation goal. But when we are too, right, again, this is Uranus and Gemini lessons. When we are too adaptable, when we are changing too frequently, it can create the space of feeling it can create the space of feeling, it can create trauma. This is how that can create trauma in others, right? Because that space of being too energetically changeable does not allow for the space of energetic consistency. So that's why we keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy here. What's interesting is the sharing to each other on trauma is almost it's the understanding of potentially, and this is what we talk about in relationality to understanding the self. When we don't understand ourselves well, our manifestation goals are all over the place. You know, one day you want to go here, next day you want to go there, next day you want to go there. Right? It's all like it's working towards like the cohesion of the manifestation goal. It's building into that cohesive space. So what I'm seeing is really beautiful about this is that kind of cohesion is what these relationships, these temperance partnerships are finding in one another. They're being able to speak upon that energetic cohesion, and they're being able to have those cohesive conversations. And at the same time, they're being able to relieve themselves by experiencing and articulating to another how they were energetically traumatized, potentially in relationships of the past, by someone that had, I keep on hearing, too much of a shifting narrative in relationality to their manifestation goal, right? That ability of something that felt like it was always kind of changing under the self, right? Trying to consistently keep up with another. This brings us to the energy that is moving deeper into union. And for a lot of those energies that are moving deeper into partnership right now, these you'll recall were the magician relationships that were coming together between the point of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. 2 cards to clarify. We have here the King of Swords in its upright in combination with our Hierophant in its reversal. So what we're effectively identifying that is happening right now, for what is effectively happening right now for the energy that is, what is effectively happening right now for the energy that is deep within divine union, is there's a massive maturation process that's effectively happening. And the thing that we keep on hearing is a lot of that energy is understanding, like they're understanding the full force. They're understanding the full force of an energetically centered relationship. And I keep on seeing that the full force of the energetically centered relationship is one that is demarcated on the space of the difference between energy that was potentially outside of partnership, that effectively thought that somebody, I keep on hearing, I don't know why this is happening, why I'm reading for this right now. I almost feel like for some of these relationships that are deep within divine union, there was some kind of energy outside of partnership that thought that their healing or their spiritual journey was a phase, right? Like they thought it was something that was not necessarily going to effectively hold firm. But this is why I keep on hearing, like when we are healing, it's never a phase because it effectively changes us. So what we're effectively seeing that's happening or occurring in those modalities is that recognition point. Like that is what we effectively see because, and I keep on hearing this, like this is important. Like it's really painful to be going through the process of understanding the self and another person to articulate that that is phasing, because phasing is the space by which one sees someone inhabiting something that you don't effectively like and saying, oh, that'll probably change, right? Nobody ever says phase in a positive way. Nobody ever says phase in a way they're like, oh, it's great, they're going through a phase. No, it's the understanding of the expectation that you're expecting another person to go through it and come out of it. But I keep on hearing, like when we're energetically maturing, we it's maturing is the space by which we hold firm into our phasing. Like it's like maturing is the space by which we hold form in our phase. Like that is what maturing is. It's holding form in the phase. So the space by which we see that centering is occurring, like it is, I keep on seeing it is the understanding, like I keep on seeing it is the stabilization point that we often reach that articulates, that amplifies and articulates how much we are changing. So I almost see, like this is what I mean, that feels like it's very important, and why I keep on hearing like there's something that may be happening right now for energy going deep into union, and the hurdle and difficulty around that to a certain extent has to do with the space of energy, like working through the stable, I keep on hearing like working through the stabilization of form in partnership that reaffirms another energy's energetic direction. And so that's why I keep on seeing that the shape or the energy outside of these relationships is changing. And the reason that is changing is due, is due to the, like I keep on hearing, it's almost like it's like the energy that has to reintroduce themselves to the energy outside of partnership, given the understanding of the fact that they have energetically maturated, is what I keep on seeing. And that's that, like this is this is like what those energies are talking about deep within divine union right now. Like they're talking about the fact, like they're almost working through the same type of, they're working through like the same type of work you would often have, you would experience teenagers would have when they recognize that they're changing, and it's affecting the relationships outside of partnership. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that force of intention there, and so there's a lot of gravitas. They're talking about the gravitas of the relationship, Now, continuing to get clarification between our Seven of Cups in combination with our Nine of Swords in its upright. Can I get one card to clarify? We've got here the Ace of Pentacles. We've got here the Ace of Pentacles in its upright. Now, for the energy that is in separation right now, one of the things that we're effectively seeing has to do, I keep on hearing, like, one of the things that we're effectively seeing for energy and separation right now has to do with looking towards and recognizing the mutual manifestation goals. And that's the one thing I really appreciate about a lot of this energy that I'm seeing right now in separation. It is the understanding that having a strong manifestation goal is the best thing you can have to protect yourself from an unhealthy relationship. It should never be the last thing that you talk about. It should be the first thing. Because if talking about, I keep on hearing, talking about what you want is not promising it to another, is what I keep on hearing. Talking about what you want isn't promising it to another. It's not the space by which you're articulating the fact that you're doing that together. It's talking about the shape of what it is that you aspire and desire to have. And that's why I see, remember when I said that there are some sealed separations that are occurring right now as it relates to energy in separation. Those sealed separations that we're effectively seeing or identifying is the space of the energy saying that they're not inclined to negotiate in relationality to what their energetic purpose is in partnership, is what I keep on hearing. This is a lot of the energy, like finding that strength, right? Because when we are clear about our manifestation goals, what we're basically saying to another person is, this is the form of what it is that I'm seeking in a relationship. This is what it is that I aspire for. And yeah, when you meet someone saying that, they might say, have a nice day. And you say, thank you. That is the best gift that you can get from another person, is if you articulate to someone what it is that you're seeking to do in relationship or partnership, and another person says, no, thank you. That is an energetic blessing. That is an energetic blessing. That is the best thing that you could effectively hope to aspire for. Because the worst situation you can have is someone that says, okay, but they really mean not really. They really mean that's not really for me. Right. And that ability, that feeling of feeling like we want to reshape each other's manifestation goals is the worst quality and circumstance that you can ever bring to a partnership. You can never enter a healthy partnership if you look at someone's manifestation goal and go, I think we can work with that. I think I can shape that. I think I can adjust that. I think I can change that. Because that is the difference between building into the aspiration of feeling the joy of what you're trying to create together with another person versus looking for a relationship with someone who is energetically malleable. And malleability, adaptability is fundamental in healthy partnership, but malleability is detrimental, because the malleability is often not indicative of someone aspiring to be malleable, but potentially articulating upon the space of another who does not understand themselves yet effectively. So we effectively see that for a lot of these relationships, that understanding, and this is why I keep on seeing there are either apologies coming through. I told you there are some restoration that is coming through as it relates to energetic accountability. Someone articulating to another and saying that past version of self was energetically unacceptable, right? And this is often what happens when we go through the adaptation process of understanding the self. We often look towards, this is what we mean by inner child healing, right? It's the space by which we can articulate how much we have changed or what we've effectively learned upon the way versus, right? And that is, and I keep on hearing, catharsis, not moving directly back into relationship, but there may be them spaces right now where there are some healthy friendships that are being reaffirmed in relationality to those conversations. Or we're effectively seeing sealed separations where another person was being energetically productive. They were moving towards their manifestation goals. They were holding on to the energetic hope of what another could bring forth to them to allow for the context by which something could be done in a greater way. But in the space, I keep hearing in the space by which another, by the space by which another arrives, right? Not in the space, like not in the space of being able to work through something, but checking to see if someone still has feelings about it. This is why I keep on getting these relationships. They're getting the ick, right? Because it's really, it's like, this is like the manifestation goal will change you as you move in accordance to it. So when you're building into your purpose and someone looks at you when you're holding emotions towards a purpose and to say, you gotten rid of that yet? You have gotten rid of those pesky emotions that are moving you towards the thing that you aspire for? Have you gotten rid of those yet? That is the space by which we allow for that space of healthy energetic closure. And that's the sealed separation that allows us to, again, it's hard, but it lets us release trauma because we look at something and say, oh, I know what's happening here. They don't have the same standards. It's like they don't have the same standards. Ah, oh good, oh good. It's like it's the energetic relief point. Now, continuing in relationality to the energy, in relationality to the energy that is effectively building into new relationship. This is why I keep on seeing gently, gently. This is some, woo, oh gosh. Sorry for those you may hear me laughing right now if you're following the podcast because I did that. The next 3 cards came up. So this is the same thing that we saw happening yesterday because we had a bunch of array energy coming out when we tried to build the pinnacle card. We just had another array coming out. So this is this is the energy that is holding out hope as it relates to new partnership, but they're not being foolish is what I keep on hearing. This is the energy. I keep on seeing the energy. This is those moon relationships, which is like I keep on hearing a healthy cynicism. I'm not surprised. Yeah, that makes sense. They're moon relationships. So they're bringing a healthy cynicism to the new partnership. And what is a healthy cynicism? And we're going to go through this with Uranus and Gemini. A healthy cynicism is holding out energetic hope for something, but not being naive in relationality to what you're holding hope upon. Is what I keep on hearing. The life-changing art of having a healthy expectations that allows one to effectively not to hold, I keep on hearing, to hold hope, but not let that hope distort perception. I got to say that again. Healthy cynicism is holding out hope, but not allowing that hope to distort perception. So that's what they're effectively working towards in relationality to what they're seeing in one another. Continuing to get clarification between our Ace of Swords in combination with our King of Swords and its upright. One card to clarify. Boom. Queen of Pentacles. A lot of pentacle energy. A lot of pentacle energy on the table today. A lot of pentacle energy. It's like holding down the fort kind of energy. I don't mind it. You know what I mean? It's holding down that's what the energy deep within divine union is doing right now. They're holding down the fort. They're holding down the energetic fort. And why are they holding down the energetic fort? Because they that's what they're centering partnership. They're centering partnership. They're holding down the energetic fort. They're feeling, I keep on hearing like they're you know, and the thing about it is there's a lot of feelings that are coming up as they're holding down the energetic fort. Because, and I need to stress this, and this is what I mean about something that's happening right now in relationship for those magician partnerships that may feel kind of shocking, right? What is Mars in Scorpio? Hate to see it, not affected by it. You know what I mean? Like, hate to see it. Like Mars in Scorpio is hate to see it, not affected by it, which is the space by which another person is being energetically weird. And that's what I keep on seeing in relationality to the energy. And I keep on seeing this. There's some energy right now, right? There's some energy right now that's moving deep into divine union. And they're seeing some energy outside of partnership being weird. And potentially energy not even like articulating to each other what's going on. But the energy within divine union knows exactly what's going on. Because it's the space by which I keep on seeing, like I keep on hearing for a lot of these relationships, I told you, they're centered in a way that they've never been centered before. And when you're energetically centered in partnership, another person's feelings don't, I mean, like, I keep on hearing the same message moving back and forth between masculine and feminine, deep within divine union. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. Healthy relationships want to see us steadfast. Healthy relationships want to see us steadfast, which is the space by which we feel energetically strong in partnership. Energy that's in our, like, that's healthy for us says yay. They say, I love that for you. They build into that aspect of appreciation. But when someone is not moving in accordance with one's manifestation goal, and you're moving in the direction of it, and you're feeling a point of celebration, and you see them in rumination, it hurts to see it. It hurts to see it because it creates the space of understanding that there may be a distortion in relationality to what the direction is that you're moving towards versus what another person aspired or desired you to move towards. And that's why I keep on, and I think, I got to stress this right now. I got to kind of stress this. I feel like some of these magician relationships used to be the life of the party, right? There used to be some kind of modality here, and it's something that we talk about. The life of the party should never get advice from the party, right? Like the conscientious understanding that what, like, the identification point of being able to find something and center something in certain way, like it's the understanding of what feels like it's best for the self that helps us to calibrate for energy that feels energetically supportive to us versus energy that likes having us energetically available to them. So that's why I keep on seeing, like, this is the type of conversation that's happening right now, deep within divine union. It's some heavy stuff and it hurts. Like, I see something happening right now that's being seen deep within divine union that cuts the energy inside of partnership, because I keep on seeing the energy almost saying to one another, I never would have dreamed that this would be occurring. I never would have imagined that someone would be in that modality of being weird at a time of going through such a high point of energetic celebration. Continuing to get clarification between our King of Swords in its upright in combination with our Hierophant in its reversal. Ooh, whoa! I'm sorry, guys. The reason I said whoa is we've got all the aces on the table. We got Ace of Pentacles, we've got Ace of Wands, we've got Ace of Swords, we've got Ace of Cups. And honestly, the one card we see right now that is in reversal is the Ace of Wands. And that's a card I like seeing in reversal because it's the card about getting things done. It's the card about getting things done. It's the card. So we've got, like, this is a lot of energy here that we're effectively seeing. Now we're gonna move through it. Now let's talk about the Ace of Pentacles in combination with the Queen of Cups in its reversal, the Chariot, and the Ace of Wands in its reversal. One card to clarify, specifically for the energy and separation. We've got the King of Cups in its reversal. So with the King of Cups in its reversal, the thing that we're effectively observing, this is having a different impact depending on masculine and feminine energy. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. I feel like there's for the energy in separation right now, there is, and this is important because I got to tell you, we've got, and I got to stress this, the energy right now. Okay, so hold on. The energy in separation is in a much different modality right now than the energy that is moving deep into divine union. So I'm going to walk through. God, this is a complicated spread. Just give me a minute. The energy in separation, and I gotta stress this right now because this is wild. The energy in separation is both in Queen of Cups in its reversal right now and King of Cups in its reversal. This is energetic alignment. But the thing about it, and I need to stress this because here's the thing with an Ace of Cups and a King of Cups both in its reversal, is the fact that there's a lot of emotionality. There's a lot of energetic emotionality there. And I keep on hearing these new relationships, it's reserved. It's reserved energy. And why are they reserved? Because they're approaching each other with a healthy cynicism. And I keep on hearing healthy like healthy cynicism. Healthy cynicism is holding hope, but working very fastidiously not to allow the hope to distort the energetic perception of what is happening. So it's funny because like there's these new relationships are like coming together under the space of held breath. Is what I keep on seeing. It's like the energy's like, it's the energy that is literally like, but they're like, you know what I mean? Like this is confirmation of the fact that these are moon relationships right now. Because like, I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but because it's like they're trying to play cool, right? This is like trying to play cool, where it's like, but underneath the cool is like, it's like that. Um, so and we're gonna work through this right now because I got to read the three different modalities okay, so hold on, it's complicated. Oh, man, I'm not surprised. This is what happened. Look at this. And the minute we get into moon partnerships, everything is complicated. Okay, hold on. So what I'm basically seeing is the energy with the apologies. Like it's there. It's you know it's like I keep on hearing thank you. I needed to hear that energy. Thank you. I needed to hear that because I got to tell you, like when I talk about, and I keep on hearing, there's something about like, I keep on hearing the word dharma closure. When we do make hard decisions, often in the moment that we make a hard choice, we worry that we didn't make the right one. There's something happening in some of these apologies that are coming through, which is almost somebody saying to another person, I understand what you like. It's literally someone saying, I understand that the choice you energetically made was in the best interest of something. Like that is effectively like what we're identifying or recognizing here. Like it's like I keep on hearing there are small pockets right now there's small pockets that are occurring right now as it relates to restoration that feel like energetic heart openings, right? Like it's the space of being able to articulate and identify that's allowing for that. Now, for the energy that is coming into sealed separation, it is the opposite of that because it is the space by which I'm seeing that, and I keep on hearing the differentiation, and I need to stress this, the way that you can articulate, because everything gets more complicated with Uranus and Gemini. The way you can identify the difference is when someone comes back and says, are you done feeling like that? Are you done feeling like that? And that is the energy that's coming into sealed separation because it's the energy that says, I'm never going to be done feeling that way. I am that. Like, it's like, that's what I keep on hearing. That's the energy that says, like, I keep on hearing, are you done feeling like that? And someone saying, and that's that. And that's that, because I keep on seeing if someone has a trigger in a space where there is a healthy standard, where they understand the reason they have a standard, and another person says, are you done feeling like that? Someone says, and that's that, because it's the observation of the energy that says, I'm never done being the person that I am. I'm never done feeling the way that I feel. So there's a lot of that. I keep on hearing like there's a lot of that observation there that is allowing the context of the energy that's coming into sealed separation, but feeling reaffirmed in that energetic choice. And further, we effectively see that for some of those relationships and situations, the observation, everything I'm identifying in relationality to the work that we see that is happening right now, um, towards, I keep wondering, the work that we see that's happening right now in those new relationships. This is why I see that energy that is feeling like there's a lot of like they're here, they're telling each other that they want the same things, right? And they're holding on to that healthy sense of cynicism because they're holding on to hope, but they're not letting the hope distort their energetic perception of things. Continuing to get clarification between the Queen of Cups in its reversal, the Chariot card, and the Ace of Wands in combination with the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Six of Pentacles in its reversal. So the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles in its reversal effectively articulates or speaks to us. It speaks to us about, how do I describe this best? The Six of Pentacles in its reversal. And this is what I keep on seeing in relationality to those temperance relationships. Remember that those, I keep on hearing the thing about and this is why the energy is so different when we're moving up into the frequencies right now. The energy right now, the temperance relationships are working through proportionality. And that proportional, and I kept on seeing like the proportionality by which they're sharing more information with one another. I keep on hearing the energy say, you understand why I didn't tell you the full extent of that? And the energy saying yes. I keep on hearing the energy saying yes, because I keep on hearing the energy say, because I want to do something about it. That's what I keep on hearing the energy say. I told you, they're temperance relationships. They're like, it's giving me a lot of the energy that is like that's sharing more about a situation. And I keep on seeing like the density of the full magnitude of something that occurred to them. They're sharing the full trauma of something. And I keep on seeing the energy that's like, I keep on hearing they're becoming the load bearing weight and having to carry that too, and working through that and being like, and I keep on seeing the energy that's almost articulating and saying, I'm upset, but not at you. Is what I keep on hearing the energy go. They're going, I'm upset, but not at you. Is what I keep on hearing. They're like, they're pound. I keep on hearing. It's like it's almost like they're pounding on a door, and I keep on hearing them pounding on the door, going, I'm upset, but not at you, which is the space by which they're trying to refrain, but refrain, but refrain. They're trying to stop themselves. They're trying. They're like, I need to make some extra room in myself to hold this, because now I want to do something about it. Is what I keep on seeing, right? So it's like the energy. It's just the energy like pushing into something is what I keep on seeing. They're making more space within themselves. They're like, give me a minute. It's what I keep on hearing. Continuing to get clarification between our Queen of Pentacles and our Ace of Cups in its upright. Can I get, then this is the end, and this is what I mean, the energy right now, deep within divine union, whole different thing right now, because they're going through a Saturn return. I know it's going to sound kind of wild right now. You're just going to have to go with me. Trust me when I say, and I'm trying to figure it out myself, the energy deep within divine union is going through a Saturn return. Is Neptune moving back into Pisces? Is that something that's potentially, yep, that's why. Okay, thank you. Okay, I just had to check. I'm like, why are they going through this? Because they're reshaping the past. Something they're seeing in the present is reshaping their perception of the past in a big way. Yep, that's what's happening. Yeah, that's what's happening right now for the end. Yeah, that's why it's completely different energy right now, deep within divine union. Clarification between Queen of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. It's okay. Three of Swords and its reversal. Three of Swords and its reversal. And that's the thing about it, which is I keep on seeing and I keep on hearing that there's conversations deep within divine union, and they're talking about something that they're experiencing or they're seeing in their in their relationships outside of partnership, and it hurts to see it. I keep on hearing it hurts to see it, but better to see it, is all I keep on hearing. It hurts to see it, but better to see it, which is, it's the space by which another person says, like, it's the observation that another articulates and makes in relationality to, I just keep on seeing, like in relationality to working through something. But even, I keep on hearing, even in the space of working through something, I feel like the thing I keep on identifying here is like they're talking to each other about it. You know what I mean? Like there's something really important about that I'm seeing. Continuing to get clarification between our King of Cups and its reversal in combination with our Six of Pentacles in its reversal. The Eight of Wands in its reversal. So with the Eight of Wands in its reversal, um, I kind of like the one thing I'm effectively seeing, and we can talk about this with the energy in separation. Um, the thing I keep on identifying with that energy in separation has to do, I feel like it has to do with the space by which, and I keep on seeing, how do I describe this best? The energy in separation is kind of working through the under, like I keep on hearing the and I just keep on hearing healthy cynicism. And the thing about healthy cynicism, and this is what we talk about, like having healthy cynicism to things is okay, right? Because, and I keep on hearing like the difference between, I keep on hearing the difference between cynicism and healthy cynicism, okay? And it's a shame we don't have a different word for it. Cynicism is the space by which we feel that nothing can ever change, right? Cynicism is the space by which we articulate nothing can ever change. Everything is always the way it is. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Um, Healthy cynicism says the opposite of that. Healthy cynicism says things change all the time in incredible ways, that there are energetic cycles, but that doesn't mean that we can't reshape or reframe the cycles to be energetically better, right? It's the observation that progress is looking at something that is and going, we can fix that. Like, we can fix that. We can make that better. We can make that better. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's what's so amazing that we're seeing in some of these in some of the energy right now in separation, right? It's the observe. I keep on hearing it's the observation effectively of working through something, like working through something in such a way that the energy, and I keep on hearing a manifestation goal is the destination of a healthy relationship. It's not too much to, I keep on hearing it's not too much to ask, it's the entire point of it, is what I keep on hearing, right? Like the understanding of the clarity of being able to identify where something is going allows us to make sure that we're headed in the right direction. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of these like a lot of these relationships in separation, and that's what I keep on seeing about these different modalities that we're experiencing here. I keep on hearing it's the ability to have that conversation. It's the ability, I keep hearing it's the ability to have the conversation. And that's why, and so that's why I hear the three different tiers right now. The first one is someone saying, I'm not telling you this beyond any other reason that I feel you should know. Right. It's the space by which I keep on hearing it's a true apology of someone giving, like articulating something to someone, not because, like I keep on hearing, not because um, they feel like it's going to change anything, but because they feel like they owe it to them, is what I keep on hearing. So there's something really beautiful in that space. And I keep on hearing it's gestational energy, right? It's like the energy that's gestating upon something that they've energetically received. I'm also seeing here that there is some energy that is happening right now that's coming into the sealed separation, which is the energy that says that they were effectively gestating upon something. But the modality I keep on seeing somebody coming back and saying, are you still feeling that way? Are you still so strong about your manifestation goals? Are you done feeling so strong about your manifestation goals? This is the energy that says, I'm only getting strong. The energy that goes, like that's the energy that goes, like, hate to see it, that seals it. And it allows the space by which they're effectively able to move forward from something, because it's the observation of saying we want different things, that they're waiting to go back to something, another person's trying to go forward towards something. And for these new relationships, it's bated breath energy. It's bated breath. And the reason I keep on hearing it's bated breath is because these new relationships, they're being careful with each other, but they like what they hear, they like what they see. It's like they're like, okay, okay, you know what I mean? Like gently, gently continuing the clarification between our six of pentacles and its reversal and our three of wands and its, and three of swords and its reversal. Two cards, man, all these extra cards today. We've got the four of swords in its reversal in combination with the Two of Cups in its reversal. So for what I'm effectively seeing here, um, so for the Four of Swords in its reversal and the Two of Cups in its reversal, the thing I'm identifying is, and it has to do. I keep on saying it has to do a lot with it has a lot to do with and this is the energy that's coming moving deeper into divine union. For the energy that's moving deeper into divine union right now, I keep on observing that. How do I describe this? There's something really important as it relates to the energy effectively sharing something with one another. And this is the thing I keep on hearing, they go through things so others don't have to. They're very fortified energies. And so that's why I see that even in the space by which they're recognizing that something that they gave to not another, something that they shared doesn't feel like a gift. It feels like a burden. Like, I almost see the energy checking on each other, and I keep on seeing, like, that's the hard part when we share trauma with each other, is I keep on seeing the energy said almost saying to one another, I wanted to share it with you, but I didn't want you to have to bear the weight of it." And that's why I keep on hearing the energy almost saying to each other, like, "No, I understand. Thank you. Like, I'm glad that you told me, but but it's also something that's energetically heavy." Well, for the energy deep within divine union right now, clarification between our Eight of Wands in its reversal, our Four of Swords in its reversal, and our Two of Cups in its reversal. We've got here the Five of Wands in its upright. And this is what I mean, like the shift right now I'm seeing, the difference. Like, I have to point out, sometimes there's alignment and relationality to what's happening across the frequencies. Very different energy right now between what's happening in separation versus what's happening deep within divine union. Because and I need to stress this, like, it has to do with positive direction. And so you have to understand that positive direction is being found right now across all of the frequencies. That's the work that we see. But when I keep on seeing the closing point, if you will, is when we see someone that feels like it's energetically in oppositional to something that we know that is something that is healthy for us. And so that's why we keep on seeing that for some of that energy here, like working towards, I keep on hearing, like, working towards something, that ability of I keep hearing, never have they felt more centered. And that's why it hurts if they're feeling something that they know is so nourishing for them, but energy outside of partnership doesn't feel it in the same way that they themselves do, because it's changing their opinion not only on what they're seeing in relationality to energy outside of partnership, but it's changing their perspective of the past as well. And so everything I keep on seeing there, it's like volatile, but it's also clarifying. It's something that I see that, like, they're going through it, but, like, they're going through it together. And it's like it's working through. I keep wondering, it's like them going through the activation of feeling the frustration about it and the portent of it, but also, like, holding on to each other, like, as they feel energetically supported through it. Bottom of the deck on this reading, yeah, the Eight of Swords in its upright. So the Eight of Swords in its upright speaks to us a lot about, and I want to talk about, like, the thing we need to talk about as it relates to, there's something that keeps on coming through in terms of the frequencies right now about the sound of entitlement. And I keep on saying, like, the sound of entitlement is the space by which you see someone operating off of needs, and we amplify that they're making choices. And so this is what I mean in relationality to, like, making sure that you're not, like, I need to remind you guys, like, I know this is going on for some time. Remember that we're still going through the retrograde. Don't take things personally and assume you know what's occurring. Make sure that you're leaving the adaptability in relationality to understanding that there may be more happening than you can understand. Because the hard part about this type of energy, and I'm going to keep on saying it, with Chiron and Eris, is the ability to see something and take it energetically personally, and only to find out later it had absolutely nothing to do with the space of the self. right? And it's a lot of that type of work that we effectively see. So it doesn't mean, and here's the thing, it doesn't mean you have to be okay about everything. If there's something that's occurring that you can very clearly tell feels like it is not beneficial to the self. And I keep on hearing the way you can usually fortify that is by having a healthy conversation upon it, right? The space by which you can converse upon it allows for the clarification. So make sure that you're having those healthy conversations. Make sure that you're doing that energetic work, because everything I keep on seeing in relationality to what we're effectively identifying right now, it's beautiful, because I feel like, and I feel like this is why it's so intense. And I would tell you right now, I usually don't see the intensity like this in the cards. I see energy that is both healing, like opening up new energetic cycles, and also fundamentally closing things at the same time. That's the type of energy that we could expect during retrograde energy. So I keep wondering, make sure that you're applying that effort in the right direction. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my site. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading with me, it's a two-step process. You have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and ask you or ask you if you'd like a reading. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my site. So I would encourage you to do it there. A couple of updates before we move into personal readings today. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who participated in our recent class on the star card. Our next class will be held on Wednesday, October 15th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the moon card. If you would like to become part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where you'll also, sorry, if you are a monthly subscriber, you'll have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library. You'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions you may have in relation to anything we've learned and studied thus far. And if you become a founding member, you'll have access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library, which is access to over 19 hours worth of material in an ever-expanding library. You'll also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me as a founding member, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your impact going towards your tarot goals going forward. I'll also give you access. You'll also have access to, as I mentioned, one of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them, and I was going to say too, it's not necessary to catch up. It's entirely okay to be able to enter these classes just where we're starting. But if you wanted to catch up, now is a great time to join, because you've got a few weeks if you wanted to take some of those classes. You'll also have access as well. Even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my Substack, I would also encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also have access to my mystic meditation articles, which will give you updates on everything we've been seeing or experiencing energetically. I just released one recently on this new moon that we experienced. I'm going to be writing one shortly on this full moon that we've got coming up. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits. Also, for my students that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to now offer dream interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. If you purchase the series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages, and we will do this again tomorrow. That is our daily collective read for today. We are going to get started on personal readings. Congratulations to Alexandra. You got our highest gifter today. You will be the second person read for. If anybody else would like to get on the list for today, the list is open. I will stress I am keeping the list very short today. So if you'd like to get on the list, please do so sooner rather than later. I'm probably only taking perhaps one, maybe two more people today. I'm going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Please also remember, please also remember that when we get to 50K likes, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen, and we will get to 50K in no time. Excellent. All right. Hi there. Happy to read for you, LM. If you'd like to get on the list is open. Absolutely. How are you doing, Liliana? The Smith, I'm not a fan of calling it the Rider-Waite Smith deck. We call it the Smith-Waite deck here. Rider is the name of the card company. Yep. Often features, hold on a minute. Yep. Archetypal masculine and feminine figures such as the Emperor and Empress. Yes, that is correct. And depict. So I would actually argue, so a couple of notes in terms of what you're speaking towards, Ileana. First, Pamela Coleman Smith was BIPOC, and they were also very clearly queer. In fact, one of the things that we see identification points in the fact that they were aware of queerness in many of the depictions that we find in the deck. I will point out that there are many figures that we cannot tell whether they're masculine and feminine. Frequently, we see these in the angelic representations that can be found in the Temperance card. You can also find it in the Fool card. I do agree that unfortunately the deck itself is not as diverse as we would aspire it to. That's even more upsetting given the origin and the ethnicity of the individual who created them. But as we relate to anything that is perceived in a historical context, we have to recognize the limitations that they may have had in the creating of the deck at the time that it was being created. So well, I agree that there are some limitations that we often experience in relationality to the deck itself, but I strongly prefer to teach on this deck because from a symbolic perspective, the ability to learn off this deck will give you a strong foundation in any other deck that you have going forward. So, and I even teach this my own students. So if there's a deck that you feel more ancestrally connected to, I would always encourage you to do so. But I would also point out that a good proportion, almost a majority of the cards that we see that are created today are based off the Smith-Waite system. Thank you so much for your input, though. I hope that helps and improves my perspective. And thank you for your own insights. And thank you, Cindy, for the follow. Okay. I think it's very interesting though, and I need to point out this is what I mean about having a very firm opinion, but making assumptions. You know, I myself am a queer individual, so I find that the fact that this individual came in and made a lot of again arbitrary, it's very much in alignment with what we saw in the reading, making arbitrary comments before understanding fully the nature of what one is experiencing. It's very dangerous. And I actually hope they're still here so that they could stay for this explanation. But unfortunately, that's what I mean in terms of the fact of like the difficulty in casting judgment on things, but not allowing oneself to remain for a healthy conversation. Thank you so much for those heart me's, Adina. Yep. Thank you. And thank you, Kay. I would be very eager. To speak upon it. It's something that's very close to my heart. I talk about it a lot. How are you doing today, Mandy? I hope you're having a beautiful day. Exactly. Beautifully said, Kay. Again, yep. But I need to point out, like, we have a lot of indications too that the creator of this deck was also queer. So I think that needs to be stand into reason as it relates to the historical narrative and context of the deck. Like, it's a full understanding of what was available to them at the time that they were creating something. Oh, thank you for also being here and receiving these messages, Dick. Absolutely. And Sierra, thank you so much for those roses, dear. And thank you so much for recharging your heart me, Sierra. Always appreciate when you guys do. And anyone who recharges their heart me's will also be getting an animal spirit guide card on top of their one card readings. I'm so glad that these messages connected to you today, Sierra. Yes, just incompatibility, and that's fine. Thank you. I'm glad you find it deep, dear. And thank you, Lana, for recharging your heart me's as well. Excellent. I know. Did you see all the aces? Absolutely wild. Heather, is it ever okay to ask clarifying questions to your, okay, so again, I'm not a big fan of utilizing the term twin flame here, Heather. I'm not very supportive of that because I feel like it often articulates unhealthy connections. I would definitely say that, like, one of the things I try to do in my readings is understand why you might feel you're drawn to someone in that way, to understand the context of why you feel energetically drawn towards them and whether it would be supportive to the relationship that you've created. I will stress that as long as you're in active relationship with someone. But the thing that makes me conscientious or worried is I sometimes see people that are not in relationship with someone and they're trying to articulate the fact that that person's their twin flame. Like that is something that we need to heal. Like that's not energetically healthy. Like our spiritual connection to someone should never supersede what's actually tangibly occurring. Yeah, a lot of aces and kings today, Queen. Thank you as well, Haley. Yes, describes what's coming to a head this weekend. Oh, sending you support, Fig. Oh, sending you so much support, Fig. You're so welcome, Sierra. Yes, Arya, I broke up with them because we had a fight. Oh, I'm sending you so much support on that, Arya. That's not okay for someone to leave you in the dark like that. Gigi, thank you for the follow. And thank you as well, Yvonne. Hi, Wild Onion. I'm a little confused by the second half of the magician relationships. I finished my Saturn return. No, I know, and that the thing about and I need to articulate, the way I wanna describe it is it's feeling. I'm not saying that they're actually going through a Saturn return, but it feels very much similar to what one might experience during a Saturn return, and I think the reason for that is the fact that we see both Saturn and Neptune moving back and forth on the meridian between Aries, Pisces and Aries. That's my best approximation astrology. I'm looking at what I'm reading energetically in the cards, and then I'm looking to the astrology to confirm. I'm happy to read for you on that, Wild, but that would have to be like the space by which how it affects or impacts you would have to be a personal reading. Thank you for the help. Yeah, thank you for clarifying, Kay. Yeah, like yeah, thank you, Alexander. Moving through the semblance of it. It's like a pseudo Saturn return, if that makes sense. Absolutely. Excellent. I'm good. Reflecting and journaling. You're so welcome, Wild. I do hear it's hard to comprehend. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't identify. I don't know. It's like a distraction being discouraged. I keep on seeing like there's something about the energy deep within divine union that's working through seeing something outside of partnership in terms of relationship that's upsetting them. Hi, I'm doing well, Kath. How are you doing today? And thank you, Kim, for the follow. Oh, good to see you, Bridget. Oh, I do my best only. Thank you for being you too. Excellent. And Dada, thank you for sharing. Dada, I gotta message you back. Did you message me? I wanted to double check it was you. Okay. Everybody's got different names here. It confuses me. It is. Okay, thank you. Susie, thank you for that cake. Yes, you can absolutely get on the list, Kath. And I'm probably listen, I'm capping the list today at 5. So if anybody else wants to get on the list, please let me know sooner rather than later because the list is going to be very short today. Okay? I'm leaving it open for maybe 2 more people today. Excellent. Ivy, happy to read for you on that if you'd like to get on the list. List is open. There's Oh my gosh, what? No way, Bridget. Bridget wrote, I was stuck at a red light and there's a landscaping truck next to me. And in the back of his truck are the bushes of the beauty berries. That's wild. If so, for those of you who are joining us, Bridget had a dream interpretation reading yesterday, and that was very relevant in their dream. Adina, thank you for the roses and the heart knees. Oh, I do my best, Kay. Oh, thank you as well, dear. Yes, I mean, Pamela Coleman Smith was an incredible individual. And I feel like, again, even in the space by which, I have to understand, I feel like I think that it's a disservice to them when we talk about the deck in terms of the optics, in terms of what was available to them to do at the time. Like, this is a groundbreaking deck, and I do recognize the fact that it's not as diverse as we would aspire it to be. But given the time period that it was created, I don't think it could have been. Like, it was like it would like, you have to think about the context. Like, again, like, it's heartbreaking. Like, it breaks my heart too. And even in the space by which I like to utilize this deck, I feel like it is respective to them as well. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, again, it's I mean, look, like, this deck was created and then there was immediately another deck that was made at the same time. Like it's always, everything created has criticism upon it. Yes. Yeah, I definitely feel that. In fact, I actually feel that a lot of the space that we see these cards, there was the ability to try to build, non-binary into the cards, and we see it in a lot of the representations of some of the figures. Specifically, I see it in the Fool card. I see it in the depictions of the Temperance cards. A lot of these, I'm even going to argue, we kind of see it in the Two of Cups, you know like, there's something really important that we notate in relationality to the depictions of these figures. Yep. Hi there, how are you doing, Susie? Thank you, Adina. Yes, and that's why syncretism was so common in different practices. Beautifully said, dear. Hi there, Blondie. I've been mistaken of the exact thing. I thought someone was. Turns out the synchronicities were. I'm so glad to hear that, dear. You're so welcome, Arya. Absolutely. These are donations. Thank you for the help, dear. Arya, I know November 7th is stationing direct. I am very curious to see. It's going to be a nice change. Beep, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Absolutely. Hi, good to see you, Kath. What's up, Elizabeth? Yes, hold on a minute. Yeah, I dated someone for 3 months on the exact 3-month date it ended. That's wild. Very true. Absolutely. I like that. Energy doesn't lie. Yes, we honor them by using their deck while also acknowledging its flaws. Beautifully said. I mean, I don't even want to say flaws, limitations of the time by which it was created. I don't think it's a flawed deck. I think that it was a deck that had constrictions upon it in terms of what they could do at the time that it was created. It was so wild. I know, I can imagine the double take. And I need to point out, like, this is like, like, again, it's so wild because I literally said, in the space of which the reading, don't let your assumptions, like, avoid a conversation. I wish that person had stayed so that I could have clarified to them further that something that they thought was occurring wasn't what was happening. Ah, sigh. It's all right. We're going to continue right now. The first person. Yep. All right, we are going to get started. As I mentioned, friends, the list is going to be very short today. So if you would like to secure a spot on the list, go ahead and do so sooner rather than later, and you'll do so. I'm going to keep about 2 more people on the list before the list will be closed. The first person we are reading today is going to be Julia. And we're also at 40.5K likes. And when we get to 50K, I'll be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. Exactly. You totally clarified it, like the level, like the amount we I think, and this is exactly, like, I need, what's amazing is, and it has to do with the fact that I just gave this reading, and what was at the bottom of the deck with reading. Entitlement is seeing choices when someone else was operating on need, right? when we look, and we do this a lot in relationality to the past. This is the failure point of the future, to look back at the past and say, why did you choose that? Versus someone being like, I wasn't choosing anything. What makes you think there was a choice? Like, this is the failure point. This is the fault in the stars of our future, is the fact that we look back and we see choices instead of needs. It's awful, and we need to be considerate of that. And I think that even in the space by which we look back upon something and be like, oh look, look how look how bigoted the biracial person was who created the deck, being like, that was not somebody operating in a state of choice. Like, it's upsetting to me that we do this to one another. We have to have consideration for the limitations that somebody was operating or navigating within. you know it breaks my heart. No, I know. I mean, like, you got it. Chrissy said, some people don't want to converse, they just want to spew and leave. I mean, it's the difference between a conversation and a telling. Yes, the sacrifices our ancestors made so that we could have the opportunity to be ourselves. It's a continual, perpetual journey. And it's not to say, like, and I need to point this out, it's not to say that we're perfect, but we should always be in a space of trying to learn and understand, right? Again, it's perpetually learning. All right, we are going to continue right now. The first person we are reading for today, like that Empress has drag, she does have drag queen vibes. I love it. No, she is like, she's amazing. All right, we're going to continue right now. The first person, and I think that, what did you say about, I think Alexandra made a comment about the Hierophant too. Yeah, the Hierophant seems like it to me. That's interesting. Yeah, that's fair too. All right, we're going to continue right now. The first person we're reading for is Julia. Julia, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you would like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And as I mentioned, if anybody else would care to get on the list for today, you will be the fourth person read for. I'm only potentially taking one or two more individuals today before the list will be closed. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad, Kay. Excellent. And thank you as well, Julia. All right, I'm going to pin up Julia here. Make sure to give Julia some love. We are doing a mind, body, spirit reading. All right. Can I please get mind, body, spirit for Julia, please? Yep, 4 cards. 2. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Yep. Those are okay. So I feel like, Julia, I feel like I see you going through some kind of unlearning process. It's not a bad thing. Like, I mean, it's not feeling like a bad thing, but the thing I keep on identifying about it is, um, I keep on hearing it's hard to unlearn something that shaped the self. And I almost see you like getting angry about it. You know, there's I like it's so and I feel like a lot of it, like I keep on hearing, if it doesn't, I feel like I've got a guide that says, if it doesn't honor you, unlearn it. You know, like, that's the thing I keep on identifying here. Like, it almost is saying to me, if it doesn't honor you, unlearn it, because it's the space by which, um, Like I feel like I feel like this is the sound of you honoring yourself. Like this is this is and I feel like it's so hard because and you see how like do you see how my like throat chakra like started started to close up in the space by which like I started talking about this? Because I almost see like a situation or circumstance um by which like and I feel like it's hard because I keep on hearing like when you're working to unlearn something and another person articulates that they're worried about you. Like I almost see you saying like worried about what is what I keep on seeing. You know what I mean? Like it's like worried about what? Because I feel like that's the thing that I almost see because I almost see you like making healthy choices for yourself. I see you like working through something and almost like I almost see you like wanting to put more attention in terms of getting like learning how to do something. You know, like it's like it's and I feel like I keep on hearing like and that's the thing about it. Like I almost see you saying like I worry enough. I don't need worry. I need reassurance. Like when we are warriors, I keep on hearing when we are warriors, we don't need worry. We need reassurance. And so I almost feel like this is you identifying not all worries are equal, is what I keep on hearing. I hear something happening that almost says not all worries are equal, which is the observation of effectively, like the observation of effectively recognizing and identifying, um, like something that you're something that you're hoping to do or something that you're hoping to achieve. I keep on hearing if it betters you, then it should be a cause for celebration, not worry. Like I feel like I keep on hearing like that's the thing I keep on hearing. Does it better you? Right? Like and I feel like you have to like I feel like that's gotta be your armor. Like that's your armor right now. Does it better you? Right? And if someone says, "I'm worried about you," being like, "Why are you worried about me bettering myself? Like, why are you like that, like, does it better you?" And I see you being like, "Does it better me?" Like like I just keep on hearing one of your guides saying that over and over and over again. And then again, and almost like I feel like diverting the flow of another person's worry and saying, if you're worried about me, this is what you could do that would be helpful to that bettering, you know? Now, in relationality to that's what's going on in the mind space. In the spirit space, I feel like the thing I'm identifying in relationality to the space of the spirit, um, I think you know you're on very unique pathwork right now. And when we're on very unique pathwork, it's lonely, you know? And I keep on hearing loneliness is part of the territory. Is what I keep on getting. But I almost like I think in a way, you know, I feel like there's something important about that because I keep on hearing loneliness is part of the territory, but it's not always going to be that way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I see you making a lonely decision right now. And I keep on hearing, I keep on hearing sometimes a lonely decision fixes the energetic loneliness, is what I keep on hearing. Like, and that's why I keep on getting like I almost hear somebody saying lonely decisions are lovely, right? Because I keep on hearing lonely decisions are lovely because it's the observation of you saying, I don't like feeling like this. I know what I need to do to fix it. Right. Like I feel like that is like you, and I feel like that's the space by which I keep on hearing like patience, like what you need right now is patience. And I almost keep on hearing what you don't need is a balm for your loneliness. Because I keep on hearing I keep on hearing this is going to be really nuanced. There's a difference between feeling truly seen There's a difference between feeling truly heard versus the difference of a balm for loneliness. And I think I think you know what that means, is what I keep on hearing. I don't feel like I need to articulate more upon that. I feel like there's something really important about that. And I feel like there's something I keep on hearing. This is you going on the journey to be understood. And the problem is the journey to be understood requires you to move away from the energy that misunderstands you. Um, in relationality to, the funny thing is, and it's so funny because like I usually do mind, body, spirit. And what's funny about this reading is it came through mind, spirit, body, which is funny because I almost feel like you're working so hard right now that some kind of body practice has started to is like effectively lacking in some way. Right? Like I almost see the space of you feeling energetically frustrated in some way because something about the body. I keep on hearing there's like a little bit like I keep on hearing it's an energetic deficiency in the body right now, but it says to me it's because you don't have the time to be able to put to doing something that allows you to feel energetically balanced. And so I keep on hearing like, the space. I keep on hearing that's something that's going to come back, is what I keep on hearing. I feel like it, like I almost see you, and I need to point this out. Like I feel like in a way it's actually for the benefit because I feel like I keep on hearing there was something that you were doing with the body that was trying to distract some kind of feeling of loneliness. Is what I keep on getting. And that's why I almost see the fact like I keep on seeing like you're gonna have that practice again, right? It's not, it's, it's there, right? It's like, I keep on hearing, it's like, it's not gone. I keep on hearing, it's not gone. It's just on the shelf. It's on the shelf, like as you're packing is what I keep on hearing. I keep on hearing, what box it's in. So it's not, I keep on hearing, it's like, it's not something that's going to go away, but and I feel like even in the space by which, like I feel like it's not, you're not, I keep on hearing, I don't know why. I don't know if you were training for something. I keep on hearing you're going to be surprised because you haven't lost that much progress. I keep on hearing it's a plateau energy. Like you're on a plateau. You're going to be able to kind of go back to wherever you were like pretty quick. I don't know why I keep on hearing training for something. So don't worry about that. Oh, thank you for confirmation. I keep on hearing like it's like hold music is what I keep on hearing there. Two cards, bottom of the deck. You know, It's funny, I don't know if I don't know if I was reading for you yesterday, but I keep on reading for you and hearing it's getting hot in here. But like the reason I keep on hearing that is I keep on seeing like it feels like I keep on and that's what I meant. I'm bettering myself is your I keep on hearing I'm bettering myself is your armor right now. Because I almost feel like this is you kind of being like a lot of worries coming towards you, like absurd worries. Right? Like energy that I keep hearing absurd worries make you doubt yourself, is what I keep on seeing. So I keep on hearing like if energy's worried, say, if you're actually worried, this is what could be very helpful. Right. Like, and I keep on hearing, like, say, why is me bettering myself so concerning to you? Right. Like, I feel like it's like a lot of that space of being like, I keep on being like, I keep on hearing every worry is a plan. So being like, instead of getting in conflict with someone, being like, I'm glad you brought that up. Right? Someone being like, I'm worried about this, be like, I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to ask you for something. You know what I mean? Like, see how far that energetic worry goes, and the difference between someone trying to put worry in you versus someone genuinely worried about you is when they say, I'm worried about you. Be like, you know what? It's funny you brought that up. You know what? I was actually going to ask you. I was actually going to ask you. Right? I'm glad you brought that up. I was actually going to ask you. Right? So I keep on saying, fortify their worry by being able to see if they're able to care about you. Write that down. Fortify their worry by seeing if they're actually willing to care for you. Right? If they're gonna give it if they're gonna give you the worry, tell them how that worry can be moved into care. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Julie. And it's funny too, because I keep on hearing there's no bottom of the deck on this message, which I almost never get. That's the first time I've done a reading, and someone said there's no bottom of the deck on this message, which is the energy of someone saying, wait, last minute, one more thing, being like, that's what I keep on hearing. There's no bottom of this deck, which is the space of you saying like not feeling like you need to get into it with someone. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Julia. And if this message connected to you as well, um, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you'd like to get on the list is open. I'm keeping the list very short today. So if you want to get on the list, I'll take potentially one more person today before the list will be closed. Next person on the list for today, I'm going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as it was reading. Ah, training for a marathon. Thank you for confirmation on what I was seeing there. I keep on hearing you're not going to lose progress. You've hit a plateau. It's going to be waiting for you. Absolutely. Hold on, just reading over the comments. Hi. Oh, I didn't do the yes. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, Bridget. Never mind. But I keep on seeing, like, that's the thing about it. Like, I think that even in the space of the reading, like the fact that there wasn't an animal spirit guide card connected to it, which is like I feel like it's like the blank spirit right now, which is you kind of saying like this is fresh start, like kind of leaving behind. And I think it's funny because like it's you leaving behind something and saying like, and that's why I keep on hearing I'm bettering myself is what's allowing you to understand what you're leaving behind that doesn't feel like it's in support of your betterment. Yes, thank you for confirmation on the reading, Julia. Even the Lover's card. Yep, exactly. Yep, you see it there, Kay. Once you see it, yep, Julia. I'm like, dang, I've got a lot to unlearn, and I'm passing my. I'm happy to read for you on that, Malika. If you'd like to get on the list is open. I'm worried about what is so me. Yep. Many do not understand the path right now. I know community is on the other side. Yep, spiritual journey is lonely before defined. Susan, thank you for getting on the list today. And as I mentioned, I'll take one more person on the list before the list will be closed today. Um, in relationality to that, like, I mean, I feel like, and I keep on hearing, you know, don't don't be don't be overly don't be overly focused on that is what I keep on seeing. Like I keep on hearing that's effectively, and that's what's interesting about plateau, which is I keep on hearing the observation of something that's not going anywhere is what I keep on hearing. If that helps on that question, Julia. Yes, absolutely. So many projections. My younger self was doubted every day, and I'm teaching her that it's safe to believe in ourselves now. I love that. Continue to do that work. 1111, tap to claim. And Kamoy, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Hi, Per. No problem, dear. Thank you for the compliment, Gemi. And we were at 44.4K likes. That's awesome. All right, where were we? Hey there, Bad. How are you doing today? Excellent. All right, let's continue right now. The next person we're reading for today is Kath. Kath, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And while we wait for Kath's question, let's do an animal intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The hair. Thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. All let's get to it. Kimoy, so hi, Sin. I'm trying to resubscribe and it says Live Creator is not available for subscription. So, Kimoy, can you email me? because we've got a fix for this, and I'm happy to send it to you. I'm going to be implementing that in the next few days. But thank you for letting me know. That's because that it's some changes that the app is now making. So we need to effectively, like, yeah, check for super. Okay, thank you. Kimoy, can you try to see what happens when you try to look for super fan? Because that's the hurdle that we're experiencing right now. So there's no more subscriptions. If you're under 100K, you're a super fan. So can you see if there's is possible for you to sign up for super fan status and see how that changes it? Thank you, Fig. Excellent. All right. I would like some high. Oh, and guys, make sure to give Julia some love. Kath, I would like some highest priority or angelic guidance regarding the upcoming trip. I got you, dear. 4 cards, please, for Kath related to that trip. All right. I is it are you going alone somewhere? Like it feels very, the thing about it is I almost feel like it's somewhere. I don't know why I feel like it's somewhere you've been before, but never alone. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why I keep on hearing this one's for me kind of energy because um and I don't know if it's also the fact that there's some kind of like past life association connected to a place because I feel like the hurdle I'm identifying is is potentially, and I keep on seeing um, the difference between like doing something like completely. I keep on hearing the ability to kind of move through something in the way that one kind of energetically desires to versus another person's like versus another person's own feelings about things. And that's the thing I keep on seeing that's interesting here because I'm almost identifying like the thing I'm effectively identifying. um I think the hard part is I see you very much. I keep on hearing like I see you being very tactile about stuff. Like I see you being very much like in the space of kind of wanting to experience something, but I almost see like there's some kind of there's some kind of discordant note between you and another individual in relationality to like how one effectively like perceives things. I also keep on feeling like the funny part about this is I feel like there's some kind of I do recognize or I feel like there's some kind of energetic worry in relationality, like in relationality to a place. But I keep on hearing every time I read upon something, I keep on hearing someone say like we've energetically prepared for that. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing about it. Like I almost see that I keep on getting this like message that's coming through in the difference between what we feel energetically anxious about versus what another person is energetically used to. And I keep on hearing the space by which something is difficult is the space by which they don't have an energetic plan. for whether something occurs. And I keep on hearing like, I keep on seeing something. I don't know why I keep on seeing something. Um, where like I almost see you being like somebody being like, I'm worried about that, and another person being like, that's a Tuesday to them. Right? Like the space by which another person says like that their own ability of navigating something is something that they understand, like the understanding that something could occur allows the space by which it doesn't, I keep on hearing, it doesn't necessarily disturb something because because so because there's so much of that energetic preparation that they've set aside to kind of, I keep on hearing, like ascertain or energetically protect against some kind of point of caution. um and so I keep on seeing that, like, that's the type of vibration I keep on reading about something, right? Like I keep on reading a space by which, like, it's like the anxiety is only an anxiety moment if there isn't the space by which there's a resolution in terms of how they work to resolve it if something occurs. And so, like, there's a lot of this. I keep on hearing like, um I don't see anything being energetically problematic. I feel like the interesting thing is I almost see that there are some experiences that feel like you don't, like, that aren't available due to some kind of overabundance of caution, if you will. Like I almost see somebody, like I almost see that, I don't know why I feel like something has already energetically happened, like in some kind of locationality. And that's why I keep on hearing like there's something about that. Like I keep on seeing like the space by which you're navigating or talking to another. I think it's really interesting because I almost feel like it's saying to me like the trip isn't the trip that you expected it to be. But in a way, I keep on hearing, and that's what I mean in terms of the tangibility of something, right? Like I keep on seeing like being able to connect with another person or being able to articulate upon something. I keep on reading into something where, like, like I feel like it's like the gift of more information or having like a rounder thought as it relates to like how something you perceived on the outside was occurring versus how another person experienced it. I want to give you some bottom of the deck information on this. Yeah, like the two, like I don't know why, like it's interesting too with like the two. I'm getting a lot of this, like I need to describe this here. Like the two of pentacles in the bottom of the deck were like upright, talks about like like I keep on hearing it's only it's only interesting to focus on the hard part is what I keep on hearing. It's only interesting to focus on the hard part, which is potentially like almost like I almost feel like your own perception of something that feels like I keep on hearing like the difference between something happening um like everywhere versus, like I keep on hearing, versus something that is like happening in like a certain place, or like I keep on hearing like something that one is working on containing or repairing or working to heal. Like I feel like that's the thing I keep on hearing. It's like the trip helps you, like I feel like I keep on hearing it's like the trip helps your vision is what I keep on seeing, because I keep on saying the trip helps your vision because it helps you like see the difference between like what you perceived versus like how another person is energetically experiencing it. And I feel like that is like that, to a certain extent, is what feels like it's healthy, because I almost feel like it's like I keep on seeing like it's like the energy that cares, like I keep on hearing, it's like the energy that cares about something even more. You know what I mean? Like it's like there's something really important here in terms of like helping you. I keep on hearing it's like, I don't know why I keep on hearing it's helping you heal from distortions of other people's perceptions, is what I keep on hearing. It's helping you heal from distortions of other people's perceptions, which is potentially something that you've seen that makes you feel energetically anxious, but then effectively is effectively cleared when I keep on hearing you have a conversation with someone. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Kath. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. I'll take one more person today before the list will be closed. It's 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. And I'm going to take a moment to read over the comments that came through as I was reading. Excellent. Just hold on a moment. Okay, just reading back on the comments. We had a reading at the time, but I'm kind of worried because there was some kind of incident that was occurring there. Oh, thank you. So again, I appreciate that, so Kamoy Fig says if you go into the Heart Me, you should be able to find the super fan status there, if that helps, dear. Now there was an earthquake that occurred. Oh dear. I'm gonna look into that now. Please let me know, Kamoy. And if you have any more issues, please let us know. We'll try to help you here. I hear I'm going to with a friend. This is the first time we're going there. Maybe the place pulled me because I hear a lot of healing spaces over there. I like everything I keep on seeing. I don't see, like, it's funny, like every time I read for it, I don't see anything. I feel like it's positive. The hard part is I keep on seeing like the limitation in terms of what you can see because of an overabundance of caution, if that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, I like that. Exactly. Exactly. Bridget put it really well. I understand, dear. Yep. You're so welcome. Thank you, Bridget. You're so welcome, dear. And I hope you have a beautiful trip. I mean, and I have to point out, like the fact, like I like the fact that like Bridget is like tapping into her past life by saying, just talk to the earth, because that's what we all do, right? I love that, Bridget. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful suggestion. It's absolutely incredible. I love that. Absolutely. You're so welcome, Kath. You're so welcome, Kamoy. Oh, you were able to resubscribe. I'm so happy to hear that. It's weird though. It's not showing me that you did. Is it showing up for anyone else? Maybe when I come back on again, it'll show. That's interesting. Okay, thank you, Kamoy. And thank you, Fig. I deeply appreciate the help. All right, we're going to continue right now. The next person on the list is Alexandra. Nope, you have nothing to apologize, dear. You're perfect timing. You just came back right in the nick of time. Excellent. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm wagering, but I'll just keep a note, Kamoy, that you did. It's fine. We're on the honor system. Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely take a few minutes if you need them. All right, the next person we're reading for today is Susan. And just a reminder, I'm taking maybe one more person today before the list will be closed. Anna, thank you for the follow. You're so welcome, dear. I love that though. I think I mean, like, I feel like again, it's like it's confirmation, but I think that's beautiful. I want to hear more about that. Tell me more. I know, that's what I like about it. I'm like, "Wait, what did you just say? What did you just say?" I love that. You're like, look, like everybody does, right? Like that's because we all do that. Oh my gosh, you can absolutely have your one card K. No, Bridget, that's the best part. You're like, no, that's a you. Oh, I love it. All right. Okay, so so we're gonna do K, the one card highest priority for please for K right now. Oop, two cards. It's saying, trust your I know. Trust your intuition right now. I know it's hard, you know? Like I feel like there's something about that. I keep on hearing like trust your intuition, but also like but I keep on hearing like um it's giving me the same message. Like trust your intuition that something is going to become clearer in time is what I keep on getting. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, like trust your intuition that you made the right decision is what I keep on hearing. You know? Like I know I keep on hearing like I know that there's something like and I know that there's something that's energetically heavy here. But I keep on hearing I don't know why I keep on hearing no news is good news is what I keep on hearing too. I'm not sure why, but that's coming through really strongly. Yeah, like the four of swords, the four of wands came up on something. Thank you for confirming, Figs. Yeah. All right, we're going to continue right now. Thank you. Figs is confirming. All right, the next person we're reading for today, just bear with me. And thank you again, guys. Please thank Kay for all of their help modding today. How are you doing today, user 748? Oh, welcome from Jamaica. Love Jamaica. Beautiful place. Anna, thank you for the follow. All right, the next person we're reading for right now is we're going to be reading for absolutely. I'm going to go start talking to some more trees, Bridget. All this I got to talk to them more. All right. Hold on a minute. Absolutely. Thank you for confirmation, Kay. Yep, thank you for confirmation, Figs. I hear it too. Thank you. Oh, okay. Everybody's been talking to the trees except for me. Oh, thank you. No, no problem, dear. Okay. Yeah, I know I should. All right, very important. Absolutely. All right, we're going to continue right now. The next person we're reading for is while we wait for Alexandra. Alexandra, do you need more time or should I move on to the next person? Just let me know. Oh, and we got to 50K. Wonderful. All right, so we're going to do our 50K giveaway and then we'll do Alexandra's reading. I talk to trees and the moon, the river, anything that will listen. I like that. All right. So we're going to do our 50K. I am thinking of a number. I am thinking of a number right now between 1 and 46. First person I see that posts the number will get the reading. First person I see, not the first person that posts it. Sometimes I see things in a different order than you guys see them or post them. Minnie, congratulations. You got it. We'll do that again if we get to 100K. Minnie, that reading will be available for you tomorrow. Thank you so much, dear. All right, let's get to it. Pops, what's up? How are you doing, dear? Good to see you. All right. Excellent. And congratulations, Minnie. All right, where are we? Alexandra, are you ready right now? I'm ready. No, you don't have to apologize. It's fine. Timing worked out perfectly. Right, where are we? Let me just, is it on the disco? And my friends, as I mentioned, we're going to be keeping the list short today. So we're going to start one card readings for subscribers in two readings. So if you're here for your one card, just stick around. And if you'd like to become a super fan to become eligible for a one card reading, you just need to tap into the Heart Me And you can, and your super fan subscription will also permit you a 1 card reading. Excellent. All right, where are we? Is this inside tea or outside tea? And I'm going to pin up Alexandra here, guys. Make sure to give Alexandra some love. Outside tea. Before we get started, let's do an intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. I'm going to count back from 10. When I get to 1, I'll reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it was the ram. All right, let's continue right now. And we are doing outside tea for Alexandra. I would love to dig into the Akashic records for clarity around career and purpose. I do know a semblance of what I'm called to do, and I don't want to do anything else. But what I have a brand vision, but what I have a broad vision for, but I'm afraid of failing to create a system for it to actualize it and have it support me in the way I need to feel safe. I feel my Capricorn midheaven is in conflict with my Capricorn is in conflict with my Cancer midheaven. And I would love clarity. Yeah, I get it. On as to how to navigate this block. Thank you. Yeah, I got it. Yep. Yeah. You have got to start. You're exactly where you need to be. And I know if it, I know, like I feel like I can see the fact, like I know that you're going, like I know that there's something right now. Like I can already hear the butt. I can already hear the butt. But here's the thing about it. And I think that this is the thing. This is the thing that I keep on seeing that's happening right now. If you want to do something effectively, you cannot be in a job that requires you to be a super spy, is what I keep on getting. And when I mean that, I mean that in the space of being like, you have to be in an environment that welcomes you being yourself, is what I keep on seeing. And I know that there's something about that that feels like that feels energetically frustrating, you know? I keep on hearing, and this is what you talked about with the difference between the Capricorn and the Cancer, because the Capricorn is says button up. Don't let them see that. What it like that the button up, the button, you have to throw the button away, is what I keep on hearing. Right. And it's funny because I remember when I said like when I said butt, I can hear like the butt, like the butt. The butt is what you got to toss out the window, because it's the space that, like, I keep on hearing the difference between energy that sees you having something and says we love that for you, versus someone saying we've stumbled upon something that's concerning. The difference between someone saying that's so cool and what is this? What is this that I've stumbled upon? Is what I keep on hearing. The sound of ooh, right? Like the sound of ooh is going to move you into what is like what the best place for you to be is. Right. And this is the thing. If you're telling me, you're like, yeah, it just stinks because every time I find a situation that's perfect, but but like and there's the but like that's not the perfect situation now, is it? Right? Why a cancer, right? A crab doesn't climb into a tight shell. You climb into a tight shell, then every time you try to grow, you're going to break the shell. So I know how difficult it is right now. I can see, like, I keep on hearing, this is you finding finding a place that offers you room to grow. And when I say room to grow, I don't just mean inside the energetic occupation. I mean outside of the occupation, right? And I need to point this out. Healthy places for us appreciate that we grow because it builds into. And I keep on hearing it's the difference between someone that says, I love that for you, right? Versus I love that for us. I love that for us. Well, I love that for us, right? Like the energy that sees, the energy that sees you as an addition will welcome you as an addition, right? They'll welcome, and I keep on hearing, like, they will welcome you. They'll be rolling around in delight, is what I keep on hearing, right? They'll be rolling around in delight and say, they're not even gonna say we love that for you. They're gonna say we love that for us, is what I keep on hearing. I love that for us, right? And I feel like that's the space by which you need to effectively heal. And I feel like one of the things you need to say to yourself is, you're not a butt, you're a gift. You're not a butt, you're a gift. You're not going to places and saying, I hope you make an exception for who I am. You're looking for places that say, I'm so happy you're here. In fact, we love that. We think it's wonderful. So I feel like that is going to help you navigate. I keep wondering, navigating the shape, not only of what you're looking for, but how you're presenting yourself to others. Right? And that's the space. And I keep on seeing when we embody our purpose, we say it from our chest, right? We don't say, we don't, you know, and I keep on seeing, and it's not just, and listen, I'm not saying right now that wherever you are, you should do that. Be like, but I'm saying, let that help you in building into the introductions that you're making right now. Let that purpose be your bridge. Be like, this is who I am. I think it would be a nice addition here. I've got some thoughts. You're not a butt, you're a gift. I just keep on hearing that from your guides. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, lovers, right? Because that's saying you're not a butt, you're a gift is the difference between someone saying, like the difference between someone saying, okay, seeing something, being like, just keep that, maybe just maybe just keep that covered. Maybe just keep that covered when you're here. Maybe I'm just worried about being uncomfortable. Can you just maybe just keep that covered when you're here? Right? Maybe you can be like, just be, yeah, no, it's fine. Just like the difference between someone being like, maybe, I keep on hearing like, maybe just keep it covered versus someone being like, that is awesome. Like someone being like, that is cool. Like, wow, that is cool. Can I see more of it? Like someone being like, can I see more of it? So let that, I keep on hearing, and understand you're gonna encounter both, right? You know which one you're looking for, or not too much. It's not too much of the other either. Not too much of the other either. So I keep on seeing a good middle space is what I keep on seeing. A good middle space where someone says that's awesome, right? So like again, it's like it's building into that to a certain extent, right? Like allowing that. like allowing that space of being able to articulate who you are to guide you in relationality to that next opportunity. Let how others let how others receive that introduction be your compass. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings. And if you'd like to get on the list is closed today, but you can get on tomorrow and you'll be the first person read for. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. And if we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 100K in no time. Rude. The suspense. Ram looks like Hein, to be honest. No, it doesn't. Oh, that's why we're here. All here practicing, Dick. And thank you so much, Susan, for the follow. You guys have the best questions. Susan, the list is closed today, but if you want to get on tomorrow, you can be the first person read for if you want to send the donation here. That hit. I feel like one wrong move and I'm put on the pyre. That's exactly the type of energy you're trying to get away from. Yeah, I'm feeling this too. So true. That's why I get anxious with interviews. This is a beautiful approach. I feel like they're actively looking for someone to fill the role and masking is uncomfortable. Exactly. Don't be, and I keep on hearing like that you finding an opportunity like that is like I keep on hearing you're looking for an opportunity that leaves you room to grow, which is an energy that says they're not, I keep on hearing they're not going to be disturbed by seeing you growing. They're going to say, we love that for us. This is my first live. And I think the group reading in the beginning was a lot of what I'm going through. I'm glad that that message connected to you, dear. Thank you for being here and being part of it. All right, we're going to continue. The next person we're reading for today is Susan. And as I mentioned, friends, the list is short today, so we're going to get started on subscriber readings and after this reading. So if you are a subscriber, just stick around for your one card. If you'd like to become a subscriber, just head over to the Heart Me, and if you click into the Heart Me, you can become a super fan, and your super fan status will make you eligible for a one card. Did I get on the list? Brittany, did you send the donation, dear? Can you just send me the initial where you sent the donation? I'm happy to confirm. I just need don't put the full name. The apps don't like it when you talk about the other apps. Ah! It's okay. It's okay. I can check. Okay. It's a V next time. Just a V. Okay. It's all right. We do our best here, guys. We do our best. Just bear with me a moment. Okay. One sec. Hold on a sec. Please hold. Oh, what the heck? Okay, there we go. We're doing mind, body, spirit. I got you, dear. Okay. No, actually, wait. Oh, Brittany. Yes, I've got you. Okay, perfect. Hold on a minute. All right, I've got you, Brittany, and the list is closed. Perfect. Okay. It's okay. It's totally okay, dear. It's like that video about ADHD where they read the directions. Do you see the plug? Yes, plugs it in. Don't plug it in. I feel that in my soul. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right, let's continue right now. So is Susan in here? Susan. Second call first. Oh, I need to finish. Oh, yeah. Oh, I need to finish reading here. Yes. Don't be too much yourself. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, and I keep on seeing like that's the thing about it, right, Alexandra? Like, and especially the fact that you describe like like Icarus. Like, I think it has to do with the fact that I keep wondering the space of you being yourself should not feel like you're in an Icarus situation. Like that in itself is effectively the message that we're seeing, right? Yep. Excellent. You're welcome. Oh, hi there. How you doing, Susie? All right, we're doing a mind, body, spirit right now for Susie. I'm going to pin them up here. And before we get started, let's do an intuition check. All right, I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10. And when we get to 1, I'll reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire dragon. Oh, close, Kath. Close. Ava, I see your subscription, but it looks like you need to recharge your heart me, is what I'm seeing. I think. I'm still trying to figure out how it works. No, you don't see it. Okay. Yeah, because the subscription has I mean, I'm seeing the heart, but like the sphere around the heart gives indications to it. Yeah, no subscription. Mhm. Make sure to screen cap what you're seeing, Bridget. Maybe put in the disco so we can still try to understand like how to interpret it. A dragon is a dragon. I don't know how other dragons feel about that. All right. Continuing. All right, we're doing mind, body, spirit right now for Susie. Let me just pin them up here. Okay. Mind, body, spirit. Thank you. Whoa. What happened? What happened? What did you start doing? Boom. It's like it's just, I feel like I feel like there's something, I feel like I see you having like made some kind of like energetic change, you know? Like what a difference a change would make, you know? And I think it's interesting too because I'm gonna just walk you through something I'm seeing, and I'm gonna ask you if it makes. I know it's gonna sound a little bit wild. Um, I feel like you're going through something that others describe often creating brain fog, and it's creating the opposite for you. Is what I keep on seeing. You know what I mean? Like I almost like I need to describe like what I'm identifying here is and it has to do with that fire dragon energy that I saw. Um, you know, I keep on hearing the space by which and very interesting. Okay. Um I'm not sure if you've got heavy Aries placements or you've got a lot of fire sign placements, but there's something interesting I'm seeing that's happening for you in relationality to like I almost see a lot of you like earlier like you being very much like over I feel like there was some kind of hard difficulty that you were having in relationality to keeping one's own passions in check. I see like someone who's very heavy in the energy of passion. And the thing with like passion energy that sometimes can happen is like when like all of that passionate energy starts to I keep wondering when the passion starts to maturate, like it becomes like I keep on hearing it becomes like fortified fire is what I keep on getting. So I feel like that's effectively happening to a certain extent in relationality to um, your own ability to speak upon something. I keep wondering your ability to speak upon something that you have a lot of experience in. You know what I mean? Like I keep on hearing it's like it's almost like I feel like I see you helping others through something in some fashion. Specifically because I almost feel like I see you like trying to help others through their passion. Is it I was gonna like, are you an intimacy coach? But like it's like there's something important about that is what I keep on seeing. Like there's something like there's something about that space in terms of you understanding or being able to like being able to kind of articulate upon something is what I keep on seeing. That feels like I keep wondering it's something very close to your heart, but I feel like it's something close to your heart, but others sometimes misinterpret or misunderstand. So I feel like there's something really beautiful about that work because I keep on seeing it's like it's the work of passion that's guided by passion, but is also informed by logic to a certain extent is what I keep on seeing, or some ability of desiring to do something that you're more passionate about. This is like new energy here is what I keep on seeing. Like this is feeling like changes in the air. I've got a 10 of swords here and a 9 of wands in its reversal, which is saying like I don't know if it feels like there's like and it feels like almost like the potentiality to move somewhere, to go somewhere, you know? Like I see like this is you. I keep on hearing like this is you becoming I keep wondering this is you becoming austere in the best way possible, right? Like this is you. I feel like and I feel like the guides are saying you needed to expand, right? I keep on and I feel like this is and I want you to heal about something because I keep on seeing that I almost feel like you had some kind of accumulation moment. I keep wondering you had to have a taste for everything to decide what it is that you want. Is what I keep on hearing. I don't know why. I feel like I almost see like there's some kind of like energetic buffet around you as it relates to how you were living your life previous to this moment. And this was you like sampling everything, being like, okay, okay. Like, I've tried this out. I've tried this out. But that's the thing about it. I keep on hearing you weren't distracted. You were seeking. You were trying to find the things that you're energetically passionate about. Because I keep on seeing that like there's something about that feels like it's energetically important. I keep on seeing like this is you, like really, like I almost see you being like, this is my purpose, like this is my passion. And so I want you to kind of, I keep on saying, and the one thing I will say, give yourself patience in that. Don't be fast. And I know that probably bothers you right now because I can see you feeling a lot of that desire to rush through processes. But I need to point out a good decision is one that is fortified in the stream of time. It's the space by which time makes it a better like the it just fortifies the decision. So if you're going and I keep on hearing like don't and this is what I mean with that fire dragon energy. Don't make choices. Like and this is important. Don't make choices in a moment that you're feeling passionate. Activate on intention is what I keep on hearing, which is different. All right. There's a difference between making a fast choice when you're feeling passionate. Because usually when you make a fast choice, when you're making being passionate, you're like, ooh, I didn't want to do that. Versus making an intentional choice of allowing being like, I've been wanting to do this for a while. I'm gonna let that passion help me make that change today is what I keep on seeing. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, this is like this is 8 of cups energy. You know what I mean? Like I see you fed up with something, you know? But I keep on hearing sometimes we're fed up in the best way possible when we recognize and identify what doesn't feel like it's nourishing. I keep on hearing, are you fed up or are you not nourished? Because I keep on hearing, are you fed up or are you not nourished? Because the space of you being fed up may be the observation of what it is that something is lacking. So I keep on seeing, don't make sure you're articulating to another person what you feel is energetically missing in a situation, right? Like I feel like that's the and because I keep on hearing you can't say you're not nourished unless you ask for the thing that's missing, right? So before, I keep wondering, before you get hasty, get thorough. I keep wondering, before you get hasty, get thorough, which says, and I know that especially with a lot of that fire dragon energy, there's that moment of sometimes being like, I'm tired of this, but be like, I can't help but notice, right? I can't help but the difference between saying I am tired of this versus I can't help but notice is the space by which we seek clarification. It's the space by which we say to another, I feel like there's something that we should talk about because I want to give you the opportunity to bring that forth, right? Because I almost feel like there's something there that's almost helping you become grounded in a situation. But like and I feel like this is important too. Like this is you, like I keep on hearing, like this is you learning. I keep wondering, this is you learning, like the passion is very good. Like the passion serves the self when it doesn't, I keep on hearing, when it doesn't break things, when it builds things, right? When it's the space by which I keep on hearing, like the space by which we don't get angry, the space by which we say I could not be clearer, right? I feel like that's what I keep on seeing that's happening right now for you. This is like I feel like this is you affirming. I keep on hearing, let the anger affirm, right? And I keep on hearing the anger serves us when it affirms us in the space by which we say, this is something I'm not going to let go of because it's energetically important, is what I keep on seeing. So I want you to be I want you to be patient with yourself, even in the space by which you're feeling energetically frustrated in relationality to something that you're like, I feel like I see you actively like working on healing, but like I almost see you like working through the energetic resolve in terms of like working through some kind of anger that's also going to help you kind of like I keep on seeing like making those energetic adjustments as you continue forward. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Susan. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. I'm going to take a moment to read over the comments that came through as I was reading. The list is closed today, but if you'd like to be on the list for tomorrow, you will be the first person read for. One moment, please. I'm debating a career change to work with others in a different way. Thank you for confirmation. More passion, more passion, more energy, more energy. Yesterday was all anger. I'm looking for clarity and direction. And that's what I keep on hearing. Let the frustration affirm things. Say, I can't help but noticing. I'm like, can you please like allow for that clarification? I like that footwork. I'm not nourished. As an Aries, I struggle with not making impulsive decisions. This is like, yeah, I mean, that's the thing with like with those Aries placements. That's an issue, right? Um, I think I subscribed instead or became a super fan. It wasn't working on the live, so I went to your profile. If you can screen cap anything you're seeing, Ava, we can try to get to the bottom of it. Thank you for letting me know. Gloria, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Oh, you're recovering from a concussion and feeling like it's a sign. Sending you so much support on that journey, Susie. Make sure you're being patient with yourself. I keep on hearing, don't let like I keep on hearing a good decision is one that's fortified in time, which is saying don't be hasty, be energetically intentional. Thank you for the help, Bridget. All right, the next person we're reading for today is Brittany. Brittany, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. Also, friends, we're at 55.1K likes. When we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping the screen. We'll get to 100K in no time. Second call right now for Brittany. Second call right now for Brittany. All right, while we wait for Brittany. Hi there, Brittany. How are you doing today? All right, can you let me know if we're doing a general or if you have a specific? Okay, we're doing general. You're getting filtered today, Per. I apologize. I don't know why you're being filtered. Okay, I'm sorry about that, dear. If you can let me know what word, like if you find certain words that you're having a hard time with, just let me know and we'll see what we can do about it. All right, before we continue, let's do an intuition check. I've got our animal spirit guide cards here. We're going to count back from 10. When we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got the water dragon. All right. A general right now, please. Thank you. And one more. Thank you. Yes. I feel like I've got some like energy. I'm going to pin up Brittany here, guys. Make sure to give Brittany some love. Hold on a minute. All right. The thing is, this is saying to me, like, there's something important here. You don't need to explain yourself to anybody. Like, you don't need to explain yourself to energy that's not respecting your standards. Your boundaries are not your boundaries are not up for debate, is what I keep on hearing. And I need to tell you, usually the problem with having a standard is that when you're holding the standard, energy that doesn't want to hold the standard will say to you that you're being unreasonable. Like they will say to you, they will articulate to you that you're being unreasonable. And I keep on seeing that sense of unreasonability, like that sense of unreasonability has to be the observation and the recognition of whether someone wants the same things as you. And I feel like that's the hard part that I'm seeing around a situation or circumstance right now. Because like I see not just one energy around you like this, I see two energies like this. You know? There's how do I describe this best? The way I feel like there's something important. Um, there's something important to be said in relationality to having a conversation about things. And the thing I keep on identifying in relationality to having a conversation about things is I keep on hearing it's the difference. It's the difference between someone asking asking for permission versus asking for apology, which is the space by which another person um, tries to articulate upon. I keep wondering, like the space by which another person tries to articulate the fact of. I keep on hearing like doing something and then saying like I energetically took care of it instead of effectively articulating to you what it is that you aspire and desire. So I keep on seeing, make sure make sure that you're being energetically clear to others in relationality to um, what it is. Like I keep wondering, like what it is that you're trying to, um, like what it is that you're trying to get done, or what it is that you're trying to maintain, or what it is that you're trying to uphold. Because everything I keep on seeing right around this right now, like I feel like it's difficult. Like I almost feel like I see you kind of going through a little bit of this like energetic clearing process. But like the thing I keep on seeing in relationality to like a clearing process is almost I keep on seeing it's like it's almost the space by which you're trying to tell like articulate to another. Like and I feel like this is I feel like this is the thing that I keep on seeing around something here. Like what you are and are not available for. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, especially with like I gotta stress this, like especially with the Ten of Swords in its reversal, like especially like, especially with the 10 of swords and its reversal. Like, I gotta tell you right now, like, when we are feeling triggered because a standard isn't being held and someone comes back and says like, "Oh, I'm just checking to see if you're still being emotional about it." It's not the fact that we're being emotional. It's a space that we articulate the fact that something is occurring that is fundamentally important. So I keep on seeing, make sure, like, I keep on hearing like, make sure that you're not like the sound, like the sound of someone else not honoring your standard is the sound of someone saying like, why won't you let me be nice to you? Right? It's not, I keep on hearing, it's not about like niceness is not about courtesy. Courtesy is about respecting what another person articulates is an energetic boundary. So if you've articulated what your standard is to someone, if you told somebody what it is that you want and they keep coming towards you acting like you haven't said anything, let that be the closure. Let that be the end of the conversation, because I keep on seeing that something about this here, it almost feels to me like you're trying to heal from some kind of situation or relationship where it almost feels like somebody having like a revolving door experience as it relates to your life, like someone who feels like they can energetically come and go as they please instead of effectively showing up for you. So I keep on seeing like, don't wonder why they're doing it. Just observe that they are and let that be the closure. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Brittany. And if this message connected to you as well, and I feel like you have to almost have that conversation with someone else as well. Like I almost feel like there's someone, like I keep on hearing like helping another person understand that too, is what I keep on seeing. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Brittany. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. It does. Yeah. Thank you. All right. You're welcome, dear. All right, we're going to continue right now. So, and we are also at 55.9K likes. If this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We have finished up the personal readings for today. We are now moving to our subscriber only reading. So if you are a subscriber and would like one card, go ahead and put your question in the comments. If you would like to become a subscriber, just go ahead and hit that, go into the heart me, and there you'll find the super fan status. You can become a super fan and you'll also be eligible for a one card. Ramon, your subscription is ending soon if you would like to renew. Bridget, one card on the weekend, please. Ooh, this feels nice. I mean, I feel like again, this is you pushing outside of your comfort zone. This is you doing something that you haven't done before. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, Queen of Swords. I keep on hearing, remember, I keep on hearing like the sound of an acquired taste, right? I keep on, it's funny because like I keep on hearing it's acquired taste energy, which is almost like somebody saying you can't say you don't like it unless you've tried it, is what I keep on saying. Like I feel like this is you coming into the space of acquired taste, which is finding something that you feel like that feels interesting for you, that almost like energetically surprises you. Animal spirit guide, please. The wolf, right? Like I feel like this is you becoming or finding that confidence with yourself in relationality to doing something that you haven't done before. All right. One moment, please. And thank you for the follow, Amanda. Fig, one card around this weekend, please. I keep on hearing observe, don't absorb. Observe, don't absorb. Like allowing, I keep on hearing like allowing the space by which you're able to recognize and identify um, what it is. I keep on hearing like another person energetically on. Yeah, like this is especially Queen of Swords, you know? Like I keep on seeing like I feel like it's like your ability to, I keep on hearing like this is your hard work paying off is what I keep on seeing. Like I almost see like the space by which another person is learning to kind of articulate their needs. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, especially with the otter energy, right? Like it's saying to me, um, like especially like it's saying to me Like it's giving me the energy. Like I almost like I keep on hearing the best thing we can do for one another is help each other understand. Like I keep hearing like energetically understand the nature of our experiences. And I almost feel like, especially with like the otter energy, like I almost see like it feels like you kind of navigating another person's comfort level is what I keep on seeing. Amanda, thank you so much for the follow. One card for Minnie regarding connection, please. I feel like you found some, I feel like this is you finding someone that matches your energy, you know? Like this is what it feels like with someone that wants the same things as you. Bottom of the deck, yeah, Knight of Pentacles, right? You're seeking a relationship that does not require you to do all the heavy lifting. Animal spirit guide, yeah, like I feel like I feel like you should be like, this is you recognizing that like the sound of you walking away from energy that wasn't serving you is bringing you into connection with someone that energetically honors you, right? Like that, I feel like like I see that there's some kind of work that you've done in recognizing the difference between, like I keep on hearing like trying to help someone understand what they're not delivering versus just observing whether they're bringing it forth, right? Like I feel like there's something important there about like allowing your frustration to fuel healthy conversation. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Amanda. Nikki, one card, highest priority, please. This is you being vulnerable. You know, I feel like there's something about being able to be more vulnerable or being able to be in a space where you can talk about your feelings. I keep on seeing, remember, when we're building into healthy space, it's not just talking about the fact that we have feelings, but being able to articulate what the feelings are asking for. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles, right? Identifying and recognizing what feels energetically adaptable, like being able to, you and another person effectively healing from trauma or talking, like what I keep hearing, talking about our insecurities instead of acting upon them is what I keep on getting. Yeah, the Ren energy, right? Like sitting, like I keep on hearing like sitting with our feelings, and then like I keep on seeing like sitting with the Ren energy is being able to talk about things instead of acting upon them. And I can see it's like it's hard, right? Like I almost see like you and another person like working through those discomfort points and having breakthroughs. Hi there, Squid. Oh, Lydia, good to see you. Absolutely. A love card, please. We've got the Knight of Wands. So this feels like I keep on hearing like the healthy connection that is both one that is passionate but also communicative. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Oh, you got to split bottom of the deck. So we're going to read both. Healthy relationship is fortified by conversation, never damaged by it. Uh-huh. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, the seal, right? Let the conversation guide your direction in terms of relationship. Regarding connection card for Chrissy, please. We've got the Eight of Swords in its reversal. So I don't know why I keep on reading on like I keep on reading some kind of like I see somebody who does a lot of work thinking about things, but not necessarily energetically like it's a lot, it's very cerebral, is what I keep on seeing. Yeah, like seven of wands in its upright. You know, like I almost see somebody that's like, I should do this, I should do this. Like someone who's going through the shoulds in their head, but then not activating upon them. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, the ram energy, right? Like I keep on, it's like it's giving me a little bit of energetic distraction as it relates to, I don't know why. It's like, is this someone who can't turn down a fight? You know, like I keep on hearing like the inability to turn away from a fight like will often block our own direction because I keep on hearing like there's a million places to like move our anger towards instead of like working intentionally is what I keep on seeing. All right. One moment, please. Absolutely. All right. Definitely not something I would really yeah, but that's what's interesting too. Yep, you're so welcome, dear. Yep, I got you. Alexandra, one card, please. Um, I feel like there it says to me like the night I feel like now is a nice opportunity to be able to do something because I keep on seeing like the ability to feel like the energy, the ability to have a conversation about the energetic limitation of where you currently are is like I keep on hearing like let the limitation act as a stepping stone for where you energetically want to be. Bottom of the deck, yeah, lover's card, right? Like almost I keep on seeing like talking, like having a conversation in relationality to harmony or talking to another person about how you feel like you would be a good fit somewhere. Animal spirit guide, yeah, the salmon, right? Let the limitation act as a stepping stone. One card, highest priority for Claire, please. Ace of Pentacles. So just working on, I keep on seeing like you working on something and applying, like, I keep wondering, don't let perfect stand in the way of done. Don't let your certain sense of perfect stand in the way of done. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, more of that, right? Don't let perfect stand in the way of done. Get it down. You can refine it later. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, especially with the fox energy, right? Like allowing, I keep on hearing like allowing a little bit of something. I keep on hearing like allowing like something not perfect is homespun. Like allowing that to be a part of something. Highest priority for Kath, please. Yeah, especially with this 4 of Cups. I feel like this is you kind of like working through um I feel like this is you like making like refining on things or building into a space of energetic security or doing something. I keep hearing like doing something in a way that you're able to articulate upon what you're doing that makes it unique from what others are doing is what I keep on seeing. Yeah, this is you finding your niche. And like finding your niche is often having to be able to tell others like no, that's you're not like when others don't understand our niche, we often have to clarify to others. So don't I keep wondering, don't get frustrated if someone's misunderstanding what you do. Get more comprehensive in terms of how you're explaining something. Yeah, as one card on what I should expect. Ooh, got you. Oh, that's amazing. Bon compleanno, dear. This is feeling positive. I feel like there's something restorational. You know, I feel like there's something that you're working on profoundly healing. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially with the 9 of Cups. Like I almost see this is you identifying like what feels like it energetically serves the self versus what it is that you feel like you're like I almost feel like this is you like recognizing like what feels like it's too much of an overexpansion point. Like I almost see this, like I almost feel like this is you like working on protecting. It's not even protecting your energy. I keep on hearing like refining your energy, using your energy in the best way possible. Yeah, especially with the salmon, like learning how to do more than one. Like I keep on hearing like doing something in a way, like I feel like this is you like innovating on something or finding an easier way to do something. It feels a lot like this is gonna be a year of breakthroughs for you. So Chrissy, we were talking about this. If you go into the Heart Me, you'll find the fan status there if it helps. Absolutely. Learning how to direct people to love and heal. I love that, Amanda. Thank you for helping them, Fig. I know, I love that, Minnie. You're so welcome, dear. Thank you for the help. Thank you guys for helping each other in the live. I appreciate you guys. You're so welcome, Kath. All right, my friends, we reached the conclusion of our reads today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and receiving them. I will be back on tomorrow at 7 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you would like to be notified as to when I've gone live, you can head over to my profile and you can sign up directly for tomorrow's event. If you became a subscriber today, welcome. I would encourage you to head over to our superfan only disco channel, introduce yourself to the collective. You'll also find a special coupon code there that will give you a discount to our tarot class subscription program. I want to thank you guys so much for our tarot class program. Our next class will be held on Wednesday, October 15th at 6 p.m. PST, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be studying the moon card. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Huge thank you. To my followers, old and new, thank you for being here today and sharing in these messages. Huge thank you to my subscribers. Your ongoing support means the absolute world to me. And the biggest thank you to my mods. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.